stuff. But you keep finding your free robots or whatever you're doing because you keep sending messages to my phone. 10, 15 a day. I got to take them out. Guarantee a song right now. Right now. I bet you it's addressed to you right now because you keep going into that stuff.
All right, now the Giants' turn to try and answer. And here's Saquon Barkley. And he is off to the races. The 30, the 20. Saquon for six. Deep to right field. Oh, baby. Put it on the scoreboard. The kid has done it again. Jordan. Open. Chicago with the lead.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. Welcome to another episode of Lewis Sports Network. It is your boy Lewis coming back at you once again with another heavy hitter banger with yet another video. Make sure to smash that like button, hit that subscribe button. Make sure your notifications are turned on. Make sure to share on your social media platforms. Truly appreciate it. How's everybody doing? It is game 4 between the Houston Rockets and the Los Angeles Lakers. Man, salute to everybody in the chat. Hope everybody is doing well. Salute to Ron, salute to G Money, and salute to Brandon. Appreciate you guys being here. We got D. D should be here shortly. All right, man. So the Los Angeles Lakers against the Houston Rockets, man, in the NBA bubble. You know, appreciate you guys being here. So we're getting ready for that game 4. You know, so definitely can't wait for this one. Are the Rockets going to tie the series up, or are they going to tie the series up, or do you think the Lakers will take a 3-1 lead in this playoff series? You know, let me know in the chat. All right, so I'm just getting ready to set up the stream real quick here, and we should be good to go. Let's see what we got. And again, man, shout out to the LSM Mod Squad. Truly appreciate you guys being here. Again, make sure to hit the like as you guys come in as well. All right, man, so we're getting ready for this game. All right, so right now it's in commercial break. All right, guys, what are your keys for game 4 in the meantime? Hopefully my thing is not too laggy because my thing was just lagging right now. All right, shout out to Brandon. He says, I think the Lakers got the Rockets figured out. I also failed to understand why D'Antoni doesn't play Tyson Chandler. Well, remember, it's about apparently this is all about saying that he believes that the small ball of the Rockets are really going to make the Lakers really sweat for it. But the Lakers, to me, have figured Houston out. I think Houston is too predictable. If you're Ron says, let's see what happens. The Lakers going a little smaller helped them a lot in games 2, 3. Exactly, because they don't have an answer for Anthony Davis with the fact that the Lakers went small. They also don't really have an answer for LeBron either. Are they really comparing Ali LaForce's outfit to what Charles wore back in 93? Oh, with the Air Force. All right, the Lakers are a -215 favorite in this game. The Rockets are 180 underdog. I wonder, do you guys think they're going to go over 218? Are they going to stay at 218, or are they going to be under 218 total points in this game? So we're definitely going to wait and see for this game. All right, guys, coming up next on TNT, man, Los Angeles Lakers against the Houston Rockets right here in the NBA bubble in Orlando. Smash the like, continue to hit that subscribe, man. And by the way, if you're a football fan, get ready for football tonight. We got Kansas City Chiefs against the shout out to FB Sports. Yeah, Daniel House got suspended, man. He's not playing today in game 4 neither. So he didn't play game 3 and he's not playing in game 4. Shout out to Dollar Beer. Appreciate you. Again, guys, like the video as you guys come in. Football time, man. Brandon says I was never good with predicting scores. I feel you on that. All right, man. So we're still waiting. Looks like the game is probably going to get started probably close to 7:20, unless if it starts in between. We'll see what happens. All right, man. So we're on commercial break. Shout out to Ryan. Appreciate you. That's what's up. That's what's up. All right. Ryan says, what's up? Brandon says, Daniel House knew what's up and just took an early vacation. Just kidding, Rockets fan. Well, shout out to Anthony L. Oh no, you good, bro. Nah, it sounds great, man. It sounds great. You're all good, man. Listen, man, you're an intelligent brother, high IQ. And the thing about you, man, is that you're able to back up, everything that you speak of. And the thing is, I agree with a lot of your points, but it's all good, Anthony L, man. As always, like I said, man, appreciate you as always, my brother, man. So it's all good, man. It's all good. It's all good. All right, so we're just waiting for the game to get ready in a bit. Like I said, there's just some things more important. There's just some things more important about the game, man. The players had their opportunity. They struck out big time. So it just now looks gimmicky at this point in the season. They decided to do that. Yeah, so that's on them. On one other point I failed to mention was the fact that everyone is hyping up Rondo right now and forget that he hasn't played well against the Clippers this season. 7 points and 4 points in both games. That's true. I said he played well more so in the ball distributing responsibilities. I thought he did well in terms of like his playmaking. I thought that was well. In terms of scoring, he's never really been known as a scorer. Whatever you can get is a plus with Rondo. He's not a really good shooter. I know percentages will tell you that, but again, if you get him to shoot more attempts, like how often is Rondo going to make those shots? And let's face it, that you're fortunate if you get a good game, because this is not Boston Rondo where there were moments where he could show you he could score, but that's not that Rondo anymore. If the Lakers take Game 4, they will send the Rockets packing on Saturday for Game 5. Hey, Chad, did you see Nick Ron actually give Kawhi credit this morning? I didn't pay attention to it. He also criticized him, saying that he only is still waiting for Kawhi to get his first triple double because he doesn't really pass, and he finally tied his career high with 6 assists. At this point, I don't even give Nick Wright any credence. Honestly, like he just talks. He said the Nuggets were gonna win the series, and he says I'm kind of idiotically foolish. No, you were stupidly foolish. So anyway, but enough about Nick Wright because he just clearly doesn't know basketball. People are saying, "Oh, Nick Wright at times makes good points." No, he's a biased fanboy, and it's been well documented. So it's all good with him. G-Money says Game 7 between the Celtics and the Raptors are going to be lit. I wonder what time that game is. I'm probably thinking it probably might be 7 o'clock. It could be 6:30. It probably even could be 8 o'clock, most likely, with that game. It's a tie series. I'm going to be real honest. I mean, there's moments that I kind of get excited sometimes because you kind of see good basketball, but it's just been weird at times calling these games just because the way the bubble has gone. It just does not feel the same. This feels like a summer scrimmage. Now going into the fall. That's how I honestly feel about it. And like I said, man, if you are a football fan, regular season, man, defending champion Kansas City Chiefs going up against the Houston Texans, excuse me. Watson against my homeboy. What a matchup, man. I can't wait. Can't wait for that. I don't really pay attention to Nick, man, because Nick really wants to get people riled up with his bias and then his hate, for another player. I mean, it's all over the media. That's why I said that the media is really the common denominator of these basketball players and these athletes. But it doesn't help when your superstar also feeds into those narratives because then it's a kind of an easy excuse to not be accountable. That's what it is. So I really don't take it seriously, honestly, at this point. I used to be one of those who would comment on every single comment in the comment section and try to have a battle with people, but I just realized, man, it's not even worth the time. It's not even. Do you wish the playoffs had multiple great teams you look forward to see and not going into the playoffs knowing that only 2 teams people know they're playing against? Yeah, because I don't like going into a playoffs knowing who's going to win the championship. I'd rather have that unpredictability, you don't know who's going to win factor. I love that because anybody can win. Because you keep saying the NBA where amazing happens, but when it's almost kind of like saying where the predictable happens. So, wow, Game 7 is at 9. Oh, but yet they put this Laker game early. But hey, it's better because it's the only game. Because honestly, if the Bucks were playing the Heat for Game 6, because this would have been the Bucks and Heat Game 6, the Bucks won on Tuesday, but they did not. And so for sure, it would have definitely been that way. Anthony L says, Lewis, what's your take on Skip Bayless's comments on the Dak Prescott situation? What did he say? What did he say about Dak Prescott? Are you talking about his contract issues with the Cowboys? I also kind of wonder why Skip is turning a 180 all of a sudden on Dak Prescott. That's the other thing that I find kind of strange because he was all on Dak Prescott's nuts all of last year. Or is it another issue? Just let me know which one, and I think I'll pretty much be able to answer that one. This is weird. Trying to see if my stream is working. So far, I don't see anything. Let me see if I find a different stream. Looks like the Lakers are off to a big start already. They're up 9-4. All right. Do you think the prediction on the team management and putting teams together or the players having reign on free agency? I would say a little bit of both. He was talking about his mental health and how he dealt with that after the passing of his brother. Oh wow. That, hmm. He criticized him for saying that he was depressed. I guess he is not too fond or really believes in what he's saying. I guess he's trying to say that he really didn't believe in him last year. Well, no, he believed in him last year, but like basically trying to criticize him now for the reason why they didn't get to the playoffs last year because of now with the passing of his brother. I'm gonna have to look more into that honestly because I haven't really been paying attention with the Dak Prescott thing. I know I know he was hurt when his brother passed away, but now I know Skip is basically saying Dak is not worth the money, like he's not worth as much when he was saying that Dak deserved to get paid. My stream's going in and out. I don't know. Not sure what's going on here. I might not have a stable internet connection. That's probably might be it. Brendan says, I've said all season that the Bucks relieving Malcolm Brogdon and giving Chris Middleton all that money was gonna bite them where the sun don't shine. Yep. He was saying as a quarterback that he has to have a better mental state of mind as a leader, but folks were calling Skip out for being insensitive. I don't know how I feel about that because Skip was riding him hard even when Dak was struggling, and this was when his brother was alive. Now that he's passed away, now all he's saying is Skip is. I don't know. This is weird. I don't know. I think Skip is messed up on that part. Okay, so man, let's talk. My internet connection is unstable right now. Hold on a second, guys. Give me 1 second. Yeah, right now I'm having some really the internet right now is not stable right now. Uh Sorry guys, I'm like trying to talk, but it's like there's a lot of things going on right now in terms of like yeah, my internet connection's been like real unstable, which is why you haven't been hearing me talk. Um, yeah, this has been really weird. Oh man. Hey, did you get my message?
Well, what message, fam?
I just sent you a message on the phone.
Oh, man, I had to restart my computer right before this. Like, I was already on, and then my computer started going haywire. I had to restart it. I got to update or something.
Whatchamacallit, I signed into your into the email you sent me, and then my computer got laggy, and then it like froze. And then I tried to get on, and right now I've been having internet stable connection problems right now.
Oh, you couldn't get in? Well,
No.
it's probably because I restarted my I had to restart my stream. You know what I mean? I had to restart my whole computer because I had got an update. That you know how you get those updates that come through?
Yeah.
I had gotten an update that came through, and like my computer froze, so it might have froze up your screen or whatever because mine was frozen. So I had to just run the update real quick. It took like freaking 15 minutes. That's why I came in late. I was already sitting backstage on your stream at first.
I was actually backstage when I signed in with you until you mentioned that part.
Yeah, I think that's what it was.
Let me
I
see.
tell you what, man, it's just crazy because this is a freaking second computer I bought. And, I don't know. I guess as far as we move forward with this thing, bro, it's just we gonna need better computers. I can see that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's obvious. Yeah, that's pretty obvious because the laptop I have is from 2 years ago, but I had to upgrade the hard drive because it couldn't deal with the bandwidth and the speed on my router, and I have to upgrade the router too. But that's gonna have to take time with all that. So I think that if I get a better computer, obviously with better speed and it's got more space in the hard drive, and the graphics and core are good, it'd be able to sustain it. So I think when we both sign in, we'd be able to get in simultaneously, like without an issue. But I think that's what it is because even when I started when I did the countdown video before I put the start of the video, it lagged so bad that I was already like 20 seconds behind by the time I put the video up. So it was going in. I was like, damn, because I'm like, that usually don't happen, but that's what happened. I'm gonna try to see if I could get onto yours without an issue, but
if it's an issue, I'm just gonna shut my stream down, and we all come over there. Because right now, Chain with Ice, what's good with your chopsticks? Brandon Nicholson, Ron Cole, and South Training Club. We appreciate y'all coming through. Me and Louis gonna try to link up. If we can't link up, guys, we're gonna run over to Louis. We're just gonna do it over there, but we don't want to have problems all night.
let me see.
While Lewis is doing that, let me give you guys some commentary. So Russell Westbrook is at the free throw line, and he misses the free throw. Comes LeBron James, shoots the ball down to Anthony Davis, back to LeBron James. LeBron, PJ Tucker on the defense. LeBron moves on PJ Tucker, spin, turnaround jumper, right through the bottom of the net. LeBron, 13-7. Might be a little behind. Are you on Bila or Buff?
No, I'm on the other one.
Crack?
Oh yeah.
All right. James Harden dribbles down inside. Easy score for the layup, 13-9. Here comes LeBron James. All right, I'm gonna get on that one too. So we can do all the same.
Yeah, now it's already I guess it's lagging over here like when I try to get onto your joint. I don't know what's going on.
All right. Yeah, all right, everybody. Y'all switch over to Lewis Sports Network right quick. We're gonna run over there. Johnny Boy, I'm getting ready to put this link in the chat for you, Johnny Boy. Yeah, y'all go ahead and go to Lewis Sports Network. Johnny Boy, click the link. Because I'm going to shut the live down, but you can just stay behind stage. Y'all, let's go meet up at Lewis Sports Network. We're going to do it just right from over there. I'm just going to jump in on Lewis. We're going to do the game from there.
All right, guys, can you hear me? Apologize for all the inconveniences going on with me and D, but we've had quite a few issues, man, trying to get back on this one. But let me give you guys some commentary. Nice pass by James Harden inside to Jeff Green for 2, and the score is 13-11. Usually we're on it, but it's not happening today. But listen, we'll get back on shit, man. Lewis and D basketball out. All right, man. Rajon Rondo with the ball to Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis one-on-one with PJ Tucker. Well, they play good defense, but PJ fouled them as Anthony Davis goes down on the floor. So the score is 13-11. Nice pass by Harden, man, exposing that Laker defense. They had the Laker defense spread out, so Jeff Green was able to cut to the basket. So nice pass by James Harden. All right, so James Harden will take a seat. 4:21 remaining, so will Ben McLemore. And the Lakers will have possession.
All right, Lewis, I'm going to check back in. Go out and come back in.
No problem. All right, man. Anthony Davis with the ball. Spin move, takes it to the basket, and he draws another foul. All right, so Anthony Davis, that person that a lot of people keep saying that I look like him, I'll go to the free throw line and will now shoot 2 free throws. All right, Anthony Davis on the first free throw. Good. 14-11 is the score. All right, AD had 26, 15 rebounds, and 6 assists for the Lakers' last Game 3 win over the Houston Rockets. Knocks down the second free throw. 15-11 is the score as LeBron is taking a rest for that first quarter. You all good, D?
Yeah, I mean, we're going to be good just running one string, bro. We'll have to call StreamYard or, we'll figure it out. It's probably going to have to swap for a little while because when we on one stream, it's no sweat, no echoes, none of that. So
Yeah. No,
what's up, everybody? Everybody from over there, they'll be coming over here soon, too. So we're going to be lit.
All right, no doubt. All right, Rajon Rondo's got the basketball. Passes it off to Kyle Kuzma. Fakes left, goes right, tries to dunk the ball, can't get the dunk. Here comes Jeff Green coming down the floor. 1-on-2, tries to go up, and he gets a blocking foul call on Alex Caruso. So he'll go to the line to shoot 2 to cut this game to 2 with an opportunity right now. So 15-11 is the score. 3:57 remaining in this first quarter.
Wow, Kyle Kuzma trying to go in on that one.
Mm-hmm.
Get ready to share our stream right on all my sites right now.
Man, Jeff Green at the free throw line while D is taking care of that. Again, guys, make sure to like, subscribe to both channels, and share on your social media platforms. First free throw is good. LA now leads 15-12. All right, let's see what Jeff Green does. Knocks down the second free throw. There it is. So we have a 15-13 score. All right, and LeBron with the basketball. Oh no, excuse me. That was Rondo, who then gives the ball to KCP, then gives the ball to Kyle Kuzma. Kyle Kuzma then gives it to Alex Caruso. Caruso, nice pass in the corner. Wide open for 3 is KCP, and he trains it. Nice play. 18-13 is the score. All right, so Austin Rivers with the basketball. Austin takes it up in the paint, and he scores easy. So 18-15 is the score. Go ahead, D.
All right, here comes Rajon Rondo. Rajon Rondo just gets an offensive foul. Like he headbutted Austin Rivers in the mouth.
I think so because that's what they're complaining about.
Yeah, it looks like he kind of leaned back and just, and Rondo, one thing about Rajon Rondo, he's been known for some dirty play. We can't act like Rondo hasn't been known for some dirty play.
Oh, he has been.
Yeah, he'll hit you in the nuts and all kind of silly stuff. So Austin Rivers drives to the lane. Rondo with the defensive play smacks the ball from behind. Oh, okay, so he threw his elbow up in his chin. That's what he did.
Okay.
Yeah, still dirt ball. So over the top to Eric Gordon, and Caruso gets his hand on the ball. Eric Gordon chases it down. Here comes Eric Gordon on the wing, drives on Caruso, goes right inside, but the block by Anthony Davis, full court pass from Anthony Davis to Kyle Kuzma for the score. Kuzma dunks inside. 2 minutes 47 seconds left in this first quarter. Austin Rivers, top of the key, passes it over to Jeff Green. Over to PJ Tucker in the corner for three. Tucker can't hit. Here comes Rondo. He comes down with the rebound. He'll bring the ball down for the Lakers. Rondo at the top of the key. Has Covington on the defense. Rondo directed traffic. Gets the ball over the top to Anthony Davis. Immediately double team. Anthony Davis slips. And it looks like he caught a knee to the thigh. Always fun for Lakers fans to see Anthony Davis fall. Being that he's so injury prone, but hopefully he's all right. Looks like a slip there. So we're gonna go to commercial break, guys. 20-15 is the score. 2 minutes 24 seconds left in this first quarter. Yeah, a lot of people want to see these Lakers fail, man. Me necessarily, not so much. I just want to see, the best team win, because if the best team wins, then that means there's a better conference finals for us, then, better championship. So I don't want a team to eat by and just get beat up in the next round. Like, I want to see good playoffs here.
Yep. I mean, honestly, look, it's all good, man, because again, at the end of the day, you just want to see the best teams play. You want to see a competitive series. Knowing when you see guys get pretty much waxed off the floor, it just shows you that you were not the better team in that series. You want to see the best teams play. You want to see the chess matches, the counters, the play styles, and you just want to see very competitive. Even if it's maybe the series kind of ends quick, let's just say, but at the very least, it's all competitive at the end of the day. Because if you're getting blown out most of these games, it wasn't really worth watching, man. But then at the same time, you're like, man, I wish the series was longer, because there was some lit games that just ended too quick,
Yeah, sure. What do you think about that Miami taking out the Bucks, man? Dark horse.
I'm not surprised, and we picked them as a dark horse. I just said that Milwaukee, they're not built as a championship team. Listen, with all due respect to G Money, when he was saying the Bucks are gonna get to the finals, I just said I had to wait and see. Did they have an opportunity? Yeah, but I just said I just didn't trust the coach. I said again, Giannis Antetokounmpo, Middleton, and Bledsoe. They got to get rid of Bledsoe, man, because honestly, man, I said it before. He's not. He was putting up big numbers in Phoenix, but no, he was not. He's just not a guy. His game is not. It doesn't translate to the playoffs, so he's not. And then Middleton, he's your third best player. They don't have a legit number two. And Budenholzer doesn't make adjustments. And then Giannis, it just lets you know he's still got to get better. So with Miami, this just proves to me that what I've been saying all along, that Eric Spoelstra is a great coach. So that narrative that LeBron has never played for this Hall of Fame coach, LeBron's best years were in Miami. And look what Eric Spoelstra's doing with Jimmy Butler and those guys. They're a superstar away from competing for championships, not just for a championship. But you look at how some of these young players are. They have an opportunity to at least even get to the finals. I'm not saying they're going to win it, but they got a chance to get there, though.
Yeah. Agreed, bro. Look, man, that's one thing that, sorry, feedback, guys. That's one thing that people don't understand, is that it takes a lot to win a championship. Talent is not everything. It takes a lot more than just having talent to win a championship. Chemistry, coaching, rotations, you know what I mean? Depth, defense. It's a lot more to win a championship, man. Health. And, it's a long journey. Doesn't matter that the team is overwhelmingly stacked with players. Our Olympic team was overwhelmingly stacked with players. How did that work out for us? You know?
Mm-hmm. All right, guys. So we're back. James Harden with the ball. Lakers went up 22-15. Eric Gordon puts the move on Kyle Kuzma. Nice bounce pass inside to Jeff Green. Jeff Green with a ball bounce, and he throws it down in the face of Anthony Davis. 22-17 is the score. All right, the ball's quickly passed to Kuzma. Kuzma drives to the basket. Terrible defense by the Rockets as they let the Lakers get in transition, and they score off of May 24-17. Take it away, D.
All right. Here comes Ray John Rondo. Rondo bringing the ball down. Rondo, Covington on the defense. Rondo out on the wing. 15 seconds on the shot clock. Rondo looking for someone. Passes it over to Caruso. Caruso gets it over to Caldwell Pope for three, and he can't hit. Here comes James Harden with the rock. James Harden out on the wing. Behind the back pass to Gordon. Gordon gets it to Green. Nice ball movement by the Rockets. Russell Westbrook out. 17-foot from the jumper. Russell Westbrook gets up, gets Anthony Davis off his feet, pulls the foul, so Russell Westbrook go to the line for two. And Anthony Davis is a better defender than that. Should have known better than to fall for that pump fake by Russell Westbrook.
Oh, my bad. Jeff Green threw it down on Kyle Kuzma, not Anthony Davis. But, yeah, D's absolutely right. I mean, they're going to have to find a way to try to see if Anthony Davis could get in foul trouble to the point that LeBron is carrying the offense because, again, they don't have an answer for Anthony Davis. So I don't understand why they've never tried to see if they could get Anthony Davis in foul trouble. But it's hard also because Anthony Davis is usually very good at defending without fouling unless it's obviously a clear foul. So that just tells you how great of a defender Anthony Davis is. And he made first-team All-NBA defense this year. So he is first team. It just shows you he's an elite defender, is Anthony Davis. Can defend positions and can block shots in the low post. And if he needs to step out on the perimeter a bit as a hybrid, he can do that too. All right, Westbrook knocks down the second free throw, 24-21. Here comes Rajon Rondo, gets doubled. Wow, good defense by Eric Gordon, tapping it out of bounds. So good aggressive Rockets defense right there to force that ball out of bounds. Looks like Anthony Davis is kind of complaining for maybe possibly got fouled there, but no call. All right, so the ball is inbounded from Rondo to AD, a.k.a. the lookalike me. Gives it to Rondo, gives it back to Rondo, who just checked back in. And they call a foul on Jeff Green, but Jeff Green actually got hurt on that play.
Wow.
So the foul's going to be on him.
And I'll tell you guys something.
Wow. Oh,
big
Rondo.
loss for Jeff if they lose Jeff Green.
Rondo elbowed him in the ribs, though. That wasn't even really a screen because on a screen, you're supposed to stay still, forcing that player to come in. But Rondo kind of nudged him a bit with the elbow right there. And it's kind of what D was talking about, man, that, Rondo is good. And look, and I could kind of tell Mike D and Tony, I mean, maybe there was a foul, but it's like the fact that he got hit in his ribs like that, yeah, that was a little bit of a cheap shot by Rondo. I mean, PJ Tucker's doing it too. I mean, yeah, they were kind of body on body.
You gotta watch Rajon Rondo though, because I'm telling you, man, this guy's. I like Rondo's play, but he's always even back in the Boston days, he's always been known as a dirty player, man. Whether it's your team or not, whether he's on your team, Rondo's a dirty player.
Mm-hmm.
Remember that year, he and Chris Paul, when Chris Paul was on the Rockets, actually, and they got into that scuffle. That was all Rondo that started that.
Yep. And so what happened was then I know Chris Paul got into his face with that little finger point, but it's like Rondo decided to spit, which caused Paul to get upset and kind of shoved him back, and then Rondo decided to throw a punch. But that was initiated by Rondo. That was all initiated by Rondo.
And how do you justify spitting on a man? Like, come on, man.
I can't believe the media was trying to make it was like, oh, no, he was moving his mouth in a different direction. Like, cut the BS, man. He spit right in front of Chris Paul. That's why Chris Paul was saying he spit. And so I had to look at the replay, and you can see that joint, that clunk is coming out of his mouth and hitting Chris Paul. So they still called the foul on Jeff Green. Oh, well, he kind of grabbed Anthony Davis a little bit, but still, though, that shot by Rajon Rondo, it wasn't even a legit screen because he used his left elbow to nudge right into Jeff Green, which kind of caused him to go into AD a little bit more.
Right. He pushed him into Anthony Davis, basically.
Yeah.
Well, Ray John Rondo's going to end up getting tech or flagrant. Watch what I tell you. in this game, watch. Because he already got away with 2 shots, and they didn't do nothing about it. He's going to get a tech or something. Watch what I tell you.
We'll see what happens. All right, take it away, D.
All right. What's your time, bro? Because I don't know if we're at the same spot.
I got 49 seconds remaining.
Yeah, okay. Go ahead and take it away. I got to catch up to you.
Man, Eric Gordon passes the ball to Jeff Green. Jeff Green, he's moving a little bit shaky, man, but decides to go with a hook shot, but he misses the shot. Here comes LeBron James. LeBron James, full head of steam. Decides to wait a little bit, decides to drive left. Harden tried to go behind Russell Westbrook and then comes back to Kuzma. LeBron tried to cut to the rim. Caruso gets the pass, then kicks it out to Kuzma. Kuzma open, drives on Harden. That was terrible defense by Harden. Overshoots the shot, and we got an offensive foul on Kyle Kuzma. Russell Westbrook draws the charge. 26-21 is the score.
Yeah, he lost control there. Definitely lost control there.
All right, so we got 22.9 seconds remaining in this first quarter.
Jeff Green's okay. That's good for them. Jeff Green at the top of the key. Looks like he's going to hold the ball for the last shot. Rajon Rondo on the defense. Jeff Green gives the ball to Harden. Harden goes down inside. Nice move by Harden, but he can't score. And Anthony Davis gets the rebound, but he falls out of bounds. So still the Rockets ball with 2.2 seconds left on the game clock. James Harden crying to the referee about the no call. You can't get all the foul calls, James Harden. Stop crying and play ball.
I'm surprised Rajon Rondo was right there sitting next to him. James Harden go to watch it. He might get nudged next.
Yeah. So Russell Westbrook gets the ball into James Harden under the rim. He can't score, but he catches the quick foul. Wow, 2.2 seconds. And to get to the line that quick, that's what I was just telling James Harden. Stop crying. You know, you get the calls.
Yeah,
so James Harden to go to the line.
Hold on a second. And I feel you on that because you're right. But what were LeBron and AD doing, though? They let
they just let him walk in there.
Yeah, they let James Harden stay in between those two. Like, what was that about?
I mean, literally, one of them had to do was just stand on the baseline.
Yeah. They could have had one person behind, and I guess they're talking about it now, but it just made no sense. They could have had somebody in front, or at least next to the baseline, and somebody else covered from behind. But the fact that y'all both behind on James Harden made no sense.
Damn, everybody wanted to grow dreads, huh? James Harden, Anthony Davis.
For real.
We're gonna see LeBron James with the dread wig next.
Dang, yo, D just called it. Everybody, LeBron getting dread wigs next season, so he don't got to fix his hair mid game. All right, y'all heard it here on the Lewis Sports Network.
LeBron gonna have the headband made with the dreads in it.
He's gonna have the dreads all sewed up in the headband.
Oh boy,
it's removable, but tight enough to where it's like it won't come off during the game. Oh man,
I'm telling you now, bro. I don't know what LeBron's problem is. If I was LeBron, this would be me right here. What's wrong with him? Cut it off, man. Stop trying to save it. You're losing your hair since you're 24. While popping all them damn steroids, you might have had some hair left.
Yeah. Guys, so at the end of the first quarter, man, Lakers lead 26-21 over the Rockets, 5-point lead right here with basketball with Lewis and D right here on the Lewis Sports Network. Again, like and subscribe and make sure you guys share social media platforms for both channels. Close first quarter. It was kind of hard for me to judge in this first quarter just because I kind of missed most of it with everything going on right here. But we do have a 5-point game. So we're going to have to see how the Rockets defend the Lakers. And then offensively, what are they going to look like with their small lineup? Russell, I know for one thing that I got to see, he cannot turn the ball over like he's been doing these first 3 games. He's got to find a way to take care of the ball and just try not to do too much because once you do that, you're playing right into the Lakers' hands. That's making you predictable. You got to find a way to be a little more diversified in your offense. You cannot be predictable. The Lakers read that, they're gonna run all over you. Defensively, they're gonna dare you to shoot. They're not gonna let you get to the basket. So you can forget that. And they're gonna expect you to shoot all night long. Because remember, the Rockets are streaky. So it's not like if they're a consistent three-point shooting team. They make a lot of threes and they take a lot of threes, but again, it comes and goes. And we've seen this time and time and again in the playoffs, man. What's your thoughts on that, D?
No, I agree with you totally, 100%. And I'll tell you something. I'll piggyback off of you what you were saying there. If the Rockets drop this game tonight, cancel Christmas. Like this is, I feel a must win for the Rockets because they're not going to beat the Lakers 3 games straight. It's just not going to happen. And so, on top of what everything Lewis said there, they better get it together because this is a must win game. I know people are like, well, D is only the 2-1, and no. If they go down 3-1 against these Lakers, they're done because they're not the better team. They're a team that can win. That's how I look at it. I don't think they're the better team, but I do think that they're a team that can win. But by you not being the better team, you can't afford to go down 3-1 because realistically, you're not going to beat these guys 3 games to zip. You're just not.
Another thing to also factor in is that Daniel House missed game 3 and he's not here in game 4. So that's another piece that you're missing from your rotation. So that makes your rotation smaller. And how much can you afford rest with James Harden and Russell Westbrook? Another thing that they should really try to do is I don't understand why did you sign Tyson Chandler if you're not playing him enough too, because even if they, you could try to put him at least to see if you could slow Anthony Davis down. And with Tyson, at least you could try to do maybe some pick and rolls with him. But the fact that they haven't even tried that and just have gone completely small, that just tells you that Mike D'Antoni and especially Daryl Morey is really believing that this small ball is really going to affect the Lakers. But again, it's only going to work if the Lakers adjust to their style. And the Lakers are not letting them do that. So that's why, and because Mike D'Antoni is just a firm believer in that, like D said, this is why they got to win, because if not, this is pretty much over. And the Lakers are the better team.
No,
So
they may sneak 1 game out. They may sneak 2, but they're not going to beat them 3.
Yep.
With the ball, 10 seconds to shoot. We're back off commercial break. Russell Westbrook working on LeBron James. Step back, jump on LeBron, and Russell Westbrook short. Good save by Rajon Rondo to get the ball in to Morris to get the ball into Morris. Morris gives it to LeBron James. LeBron James over to Rondo. Rondo with James Harden on the defense. James Harden's been stepping up his defense, gotta admit. So Kyle Kuzma with the ball back over to Rondo, sets up the screen for Rondo. Rondo working on Jeff Green, puts in the floater. Rondo, the floater from the free throw line, goes right in the bottom of the net, 28-22. Here comes the Houston Rockets. Russell Westbrook kicks it to James Harden. Has LeBron James on the defense. James Harden behind the line. Gives it to Green inside. Short jump hook by Green. He can't hit. Good box out by Morris. Keep Green outside. Gives it to LeBron James. LeBron, Russell Westbrook on the defense. LeBron, nice feed to Rajon Rondo, but Rondo can't hit off the front of the rim. Covington comes down with it. And here comes James Harden for the Rockets. So 22-28, 6-point lead. Lakers on top. James Harden tries to work the ball inside to Covington, but a kickball is called by Kyle Kuzma. So 14 seconds on the shot clock. Rockets will retain possession. Ten minutes, 29 seconds left on the clock. We at the same place, Lewis?
Wow, that's an impressive stat right there. That lineup that's currently on the floor right now is very effective. They've actually outscored Houston by 26 points with this lineup that they have right now. And they're shooting 81% from the line, and they've only missed 5 shots. And James Harden takes it to the paint on Kyle Kuzma. He draws a blocking foul, so he'll go to the line to shoot too. Damn, Harden is so dependent on that foul call, man.
Yeah, he is. He is. And the league made him that way.
Yeah,
they coddled him and babied him and gave him every foul call. But I like the way the refs are, not giving him every call, making him work a little more.
But G-Money, that's a bad comparison, man, because again, though you can't make that comparison because those teams were different. When you're comparing 2015, Dwight Howard was on that team. That was a younger James Harden. You can't compare that 3-1 2015 Rockets team to this team right now being up 3-1. That might be down 3-1 against the Lakers in Game 4. That's not really a good comparison right there. So that's tough.
Yeah, I agree. So Rondo with the ball inside to Cal Kuzma. Cal Kuzma almost loses it. Cal Kuzma puts it up with the left hand, can't hit. LeBron James fighting for the rebound, but Jeff Green smacks it away into the hand of James Harden. He goes right down into the lane. No call. And Rondo with the good play to bounce the ball off of James Harden's knee out of bounds. So, that, like I said, Rondo on-court play, you can't argue it, but he is a dirty player. So, nice hand by Russell Westbrook to smack that pass away from LeBron James, Rondo to LeBron James. 18 seconds on the shot clock. Lakers will retain possession. 9 minutes and 46 seconds left in this half, guys. 28-24. A little bit of a low-scoring game. Didn't do the prediction show today, so we're just going to ride out, see who wins.
All right, man. Alex Caruso with the basketball, man. Gets it from LeBron. Nice give and go. Alex Caruso puts it up, and he draws the foul. So good aggressive move. He'll go to the line to shoot two. 28-24 is the score with 9:39 remaining in this first quarter. Oh, man, I forgot the name of that player for the Lakers. Seeing his first action, forgot his name.
That for a long time, right?
Yeah, man.
That's Horton Tucker. Ain't it?
Horton Tucker, there you go.
Yeah. Wow. I was kind of lost when you said it. I look up and I was like,
It's been a minute, man. I haven't seen it in a minute. So Caruso makes the first free throw. Jay says the 2015 Clippers were an orchestrated regular season team. If the athletic inside game wasn't working, then their outside game was done too. In a way, yeah. In a way, it was.
Yeah. All right, so he hits the second free throw, 30-24. Austin Rivers with the ball. Danny Green on the defense. And they double Austin Rivers, let him get in between, shoots it outside for the corner. Jumper by Robert Covington. Puts it in, 27-30. Nice ball movement, nice drive by Austin Rivers. I think that was a defensive lapse on the Lakers. No way you should have three guys covering Austin Rivers. So nice pass inside by LeBron James to Caruso. Back outside to Danny Green. Markieff Morris works down the side and gets the layup, 32-27. Nice move by Markieff Morris. And that interior defense is showing up for the Rockets. Pretty weak here. Here's Covington. Covington gives the ball to Harden. Harden drives down inside, flails his arms, and does he get the call?
Oh, he got the offensive foul for pushing off on the arm.
Offensive foul. Let me see. No. That's a bad call by the ref because Markieff Morris had contact on James Harden.
And that's the third foul.
Yeah, they need to call a timeout to pull him out. If I was LeBron, I'm going right at James Harden now.
James Harden could have picked up a fourth because he kind of pushed off LeBron right there.
Yep. LeBron with the rebound inside, and LeBron strong move up, but he cannot hit James Harden with the full court pass, but too far ahead of McLemore, so McLemore can't catch it. 20 seconds left, guys. Eric Gordon checks in for James Harden, so he will go sit on the bench. And, guys, this is huge for the Lakers because they get to have James Harden off the bench pretty much for the rest of this quarter. I don't think they can afford to put James Harden back in with 3 fouls in the first half of the game. So Caruso on the wing with the ball and working on P.J. Tucker, passes it to LeBron, who's immediately double-teamed. LeBron loses the ball, passes it into traffic. Here comes Russell Westbrook. Russell Westbrook gives the ball right back up. Nice steal by Caruso, who drives down inside, kicks it out to Danny Green for 3, and bottom of the net, Danny Green drains it. So it's extended to an 8-point lead by the LA Lakers, 35-27. Here comes the Rockets. Russell Westbrook with the ball. And this is where they're going to miss James Harden because Russell Westbrook is not the best decision maker. So Eric Gordon with the long 3, he can't hit. Caruso picks up the rebound. Caruso out on the wing. P.J. Tucker on the defense. He gives the ball to Danny Green over the top to LeBron James. Robert Covington on the defense, and LeBron James with the beautiful pass catching Caruso cutting in. So a 10-point lead by the Lakers, and they take advantage as soon as James Harden gets off of that court. Nice ball play by the Lakers, 37-27, 7 minutes, 33 seconds left in this half, and we'll go to a commercial break.
All right, man, you guys heard it right there from the Godfather Jefferson. So 37-27 is the score in the timeout with the time left in the half. Russell Westbrook, the minute he came into the game, already made a bad indecision with that basketball on that pass. And now at this point, now you have to understand why Kevin Durant left Russell Westbrook. Now, I know everybody's going to get on the move that he made, obviously, with Golden State, but you're seeing it now, guys. Russell Westbrook just for a guy who's been in the league for 11 years, 12 years in the league, he still has not learned the IQ part of the game. And it's really and it's a reason why that Russell Westbrook hasn't been able to be as successful. People have said, oh, he hasn't had the team. Russell Westbrook, you can make the case, has played with a lot of talent in his career. It's just, but in the past, it's always been the fact that he's going to get better. He's young. He's not really a point guard and all that. But again, Russell has not had a coach that has not dealt with his nonsense to where you have to hold him accountable where he doesn't hold himself accountable. Because if you look and know Russ doesn't like when people tell him what to do. It's like he'll hold himself accountable, but it's like he can't take criticism. And that's what I've noticed about Russell Westbrook to where he can get better at this point, at this stage of his career, because Russell's going to be 32 coming up. And the fact that he hasn't really learned, really to expand his game in terms of the mind is really why now you have to kind of understand where Kevin Durant was coming from as to why he left Russell Westbrook. Because people could say, oh, let's run it back. They really weren't going to win a championship like that because they were really playing street ball. It's really not high IQ basketball, and you can only do so much in the playoffs. Go ahead, D.
And you know what else, too, is when you look at Russell Westbrook and his journey, bro, I have to slam these coaches, man, because you start with Scott Skiles, right? Billy Donovan comes right behind Scott Skiles, and they keep the ball in Russell Westbrook's hand. And you get here in Houston like, bro, Russell Westbrook, to me, is just not the guy to have the ball in his hand. And historically, throughout his career, he's proven that, So I don't know, man. Russell Westbrook needs to be utilized more in a shooting guard fashion and, not trying to facilitate that ball because he just doesn't make the right decisions. And this far in his career, if he hasn't been making them his entire career, then it's safe to say that he won't begin now.
Yeah, man, it's just like at this point with Russ, I just don't, that's why people have now got to realize that Russ isn't your best player because Russ, and what I mean by alpha is like being the number one guy on the team, but it's like, again, it's, your IQ, being able to make the decisions of a number one to where everybody's going to follow. And Russ is not that kind of player. And you can say this about James Harden. They're like, James Harden may be your number one scoring option, but it's like they kind of act as like number twos. And in order to be a number one, you not only have to have the basketball game, but you also got to have the basketball mind. And both of those guys don't have that in order to be champions at this point in their careers. And that's kind of like why they're looking like they might not win a championship together as we get ready to come back. But like D was saying, man, you got to hold it on the front office and the coaching. Like, where was this all this time? They had an opportunity to do it, but it's kind of like why Brett Brown got fired with Ben Simmons. No accountability. That's the problem. All right, guys. So Russell Westbrook with the ball. We are back. 37-27. Puts the ball to move on LeBron and misses the shot. Russell Westbrook is not really being aggressive on LeBron, and I'm seeing it. He's being way too tentative. All right, man. So LeBron with the basketball. Nice inside pass, and Russell Westbrook blocks Markieff Morris. So nice to play on the help. Here comes Austin Rivers. Austin Rivers crosses over left, right, kicks it out. Good ball movement. Eric Gordon gets to the rim. Nice move by Eric Gordon with the layup, and he draws the foul just a little bit short. And he'll go to the line to shoot 2 to cut this game to 8 with 6:50 remaining in the first half.
The LA Lakers are destroying the Rockets on the boards right now, guys. 19 and 9 rebounds. So they're definitely controlling those boards. You're not looking at a lot of second chance points if you can't get those rebounds. So not looking good for these Rockets. Eric Gordon drains the first free throw, makes it 28-37.
Yeah. Nasser says, yeah, but KD went to the best team in the NBA. He could have went to any other team. Yeah, I mean, you could say that he could have went to another team. The only question is, what team was Kevin going to really win a championship with? How long would it have taken? What pieces would have had to move? So yeah, I can understand what you're saying that you're upset, but you have to also remember that team was not the same team. What he joined was, yes, Steph Curry and Clay and obviously Dre, but they lost 7 players to get Kevin Durant. They don't lose those players. As a nice lob pass to Anthony Davis for the score, Lakers lead by 10, 39-29. James Harden comes right back, puts the basketball on the floor, takes it all the way to the basket, and he gets a blocking foul call. That was dangerous because if they would have called an offensive foul, that would have been James Harden's 4th foul in the second quarter. So that means he would have been sitting for a long time. Again, nice lob pass, and the Rockets again caught napping on defense. So
I wonder why
Harden
they
will
got him
behind.
in the game. Bro. I think that's too dangerous.
Yeah. Oh, that's true though. He could have went to San Antonio. But that would have been tough in terms of money wise. I think KD would have not made the money, so he really would have had to sacrifice the amount of dollars to go to San Antonio. San Antonio is not a big market when it comes to money. Okay, guys, man. Upcoming national TV schedule tomorrow. We got Game 5. Oh wow, they're the first game. Clippers and Nuggets at 6:30, and then at 9 we got Game 7 between the Celtics and the Raptors. And then we got an 8 p.m. game for Game 5 between the Lakers and the Rockets on Saturday. All right, man. 39-31 is the score. Here comes Rajon Rondo. James Harden's got 7 points but 3 fouls, so that means it's taking him out of rhythm. So Rajon Rondo's got the basketball. Goes right. Takes it all the way to the basket. Bounce past to Markieff Morris. Markieff in the post. Oh, good defense by Russell Westbrook. Strips it away from him. Here come the Rockets in transition. Russell kicks it out to P.J. Tucker. Passes it to James Harden. Fakes it. Fakes Danny out of his shoes. Gives it to Austin Rivers. Tries to get the 3. Danny recovers. A beautiful fake and a drive by Austin Rivers, but he misses the left hand. All right, take it away, D.
All right. Norton kicks the ball up to Rondo. Rondo over to Markieff Morris. Morris back up top to Rondo. Rondo over to Norton for 3, and Norton drains it. Rondo's down in. So 42-31, Laker bench putting up some points here. Here's Eric Gordon with the ball out on the wing, double teamed by Morris and Danny Green. Gordon dribbles around Morris, steps back behind the 3, kicks it over to James Harden. James Harden almost loses the ball. Gains control. Back to Gordon for 3, and Gordon, bottom of the net. Nice shot by Eric Gordon. Great ball movement by the Houston Rockets. So it's an 8-point game. Rondo with the ball out on the wing. Dribbles around the Anthony Davis screen. Kicks it in the corner to Danny Green. Back up top to Morris. Over to Rondo. Great ball movement by the Lakers. Norton inside with the layup. Let's go. So I said Norton, but Horton Tucker is feeling it for the Lakers. Horton, not Norton. And Eric Gordon with another 3. Can't hit it. Looks like a foul there on Austin Rivers, no call. Anthony Davis gets the ball to Rajon Rondo. Dribbles around the Davis screen. In the corner to Markieff Morris for 3. Morris can't hit, but Anthony Davis comes down with the rebound, saves it inside. Back to Morris for the dunk inside. Nice save and pass by Anthony Davis. 12-point lead by the Lakers, 46-34. Take it away, Lewis.
All right, 46-34, and the Rockets look confused on defense, and they're looking more of the Rockets that we've come to know and love. So James Harden gets double, passes it to Austin Rivers. Austin Rivers dribbles to the middle, loses the ball. Good poke away by Horton Tucker. Here comes Rajon Rondo. Lakers are on fire right now. Horton Tucker gets the pass from Rondo, shoots a 3-pointer, just can't hit. Rondo on the offensive glass, an open Markieff Morris for 3. He misses short. Rebound to Westbrook. Kicks it out to Eric Gordon. Gives it to James Harden. James Harden tries to elude, shoots a shot, and draws another foul. This one is going to be on Horton Tucker, and he'll go to the line to shoot free throws.
And the Rockets are going to have to try their best to box out, man. We know that the Lakers are the longer team and have the advantage on the board, but the Rockets are not even attempting to box out, man. Can't be giving the Lakers 2 or 3 extra chances.
Yep. So James Harden going to the free throw line. Lakers are cooking right now. 46-34 is the score. Harden at the free throw line. Good. And remember, if James Harden gets to the free throw line, the more he gets there, he's going to develop a rhythm. But notice what the Rockets did in game 1. They have not really done that now in the last two games. In game 4, they're right now the Lakers are making them look like the typical Houston Rockets right now. There's really no ball movement right now, so everything is one-on-one. So give credit to the Laker defense. Harden knocks down the free throw. 46-36 right now. All right, so Rajon Rondo has got the basketball. Brings it up. Russell Westbrook on him. Gives the ball to Horton Tucker. Horton Tucker drives on James Harden. Nice shoulder fake. Actually, good defense by Harden. But he's also got to be careful, man, because he could pick up that 4th foul easy. Harden stops his dribble, passes it up to Jeff Green. Nice extra pass. PJ swings it. Now the Rockets swing the ball, so better ball movement. Good bounce pass. But Rondo almost steals it. Good Laker defense, aggressive. Horton Tucker strips it. Kyle Kuzma's got it. Kicks it out to Danny Green. Open in the corner for 3, and he drains it. And the Lakers with a 13-point lead, 49-36. Take it away, D.
All right, James Harden coming back with the ball. James Harden shoots from long range, hits it off the front of the rim. Luckily, bounces back to Russell Westbrook. Russell Westbrook with the spin move inside, kicks it outside to Tucker for 3. Great pass by Westbrook there. Tucker just couldn't cash in. Here comes Rondo. Rondo out on the wing. James Harden on the defense. Rondo gets the ball over the top to Anthony Davis. Immediately double team. Back outside to Horton Tucker. Tucker back to Green for 3. Green can't hit, but Russell Westbrook called for the foul. Trying to make sure that Davis doesn't get the ball, but Russell Westbrook, I said box out, not foul.
Gotta start listening to D, Russ. What's going on with you, bro?
Let me say this though. Whether they win or lose, one thing that I'm impressed with James Harden that I'm seeing this season that we've not seen from him in prior seasons in the playoffs is his defensive effort. Say what you want about James Harden, but that guy's been playing defense this year. This is not an isolated thing. If you look at the first series, he was playing defense all through that series. He saved them with the defensive play. So, shout out to James Harden. Like, let's give the respect where respect is due. He's got his flaws, but he did step up because I have not seen him play defense like this ever in any playoff.
Yeah. No, definitely got to agree on that one. James Harden, listen, man, I'll be the first to tell you, I've given a lot of flack on defense. There's a lot of times he'll stand around. But in that last series against Oklahoma City, I mean, the fact that he saved the game on a defensive play and has played solid defensively in terms of his positioning, it's gotten better. His defense has gotten better. I don't know if he's ever going to make a defensive team. And then you could even look at that game 1 against the Lakers. He played very, very good defense. Now, it's faltering a bit here because he's got 3 fouls, so he really can't be aggressive. I mean, I have noticed a little bit of standing around, but I would say the last couple of years, I got to give James Harden credit. He's really improved his defense. Now, obviously, he's going to have to get better if he's going to want to win a championship, but credit where credit is due. He's improved his defense.
I don't think James Harden and Mike D'Antoni ever wins a championship together. That's not the coach he needs to be with.
Yeah.
So as long as he's with Mike D'Antoni, I don't care how they flip and flop players around him. They won't win a championship together. That's just my opinion because Mike D'Antoni, his style of play. I mean, and you look at it, your star player stepped up on defense this season, and you still falling short. Pretty much look like you're going to fall short.
Mm-hmm. And like I said, I don't think that Mike D'Antoni is the coach for James Harden because, again, players like them, they need accountability coaches. And it's the same with Russell Westbrook. If they're ever going to get to the championship plateau again and get rid of the media narratives and the criticisms that have always been said about those players, they've won MVPs by putting up amazing stats. But again, is your level of play going to get better in the playoffs, or is it going to stay the same, or is your level of play going to decrease in the playoffs? They've kind of been more or less the same, but it comes down to win and losses, man, and what your intangibles and what do you do and what it takes to win. And I just feel like their intangibles, it does not say that in terms of their winning. even if you haven't had the best teams, and even when you do get the talent, it's like, what do you do with that talent? And that's kind of what's happened with them. Even with the talent, they have not shown that.
Yeah, agreed. Danny Green, underrated defender. One of the most underrated defenders in the league, in my opinion. 12-0 fast break points for the Lakers. 12-0. Houston can't win like that. Here's Anthony Davis working on PJ Tucker. Russell almost snuck up and got the ball from behind him. LeBron James cross-court pass to Kyle Kuzma for three. Kuzma can't hit. And out on the Lakers. So Houston ball. Here comes James Harden. I think Caldwell Pope knocked that out. James Harden with the crossover. Dribbles down inside. James Harden pulls the foul again. Anthony Davis comes down hobbling a little bit. Let's keep an eye on him. They cannot afford to lose him. We might see the Houston Rockets come back on a 3-1 deficit if they lose AD.
Hey, shout out to Jameer Morrison. He says, let's go Lakers. All right. I mean, I picked the Lakers to win this series. I just don't think Houston has enough. The fact that their bigs are too small and the Lakers are making the Rockets play their style. Look, the Rockets don't even have any fast break points. The Lakers are taking away that from them especially because of the Rockets, they like to shoot a lot of threes in transition and also when they drive to the basket. And Harden has been very efficient in the playoffs in general, not just in this Lakers series. The problem is, again, the foul trouble has forced James Harden to play very selectively, and he hasn't been able to get more aggressive on defense. So a lot of times he's standing around, but that's due to his foul trouble. All right, man. So LeBron with the basketball. He's got PJ Tucker on him, gives it to Anthony Davis left block, spins left on Jeff Green, has to come back out, decides to kick it out. Oh, but good defense by Robert Covington on the awareness. Deflects it, turns it over. Here comes James Harden. James Harden, nice zip pass inside the Jeff Green block, puts off LeBron. Nice jump hook in the lane, and that's what you do, man. You play bully ball if you're able to back LeBron down. Nice play, man. And we got a 10-point game, 49-39. And Jeff Green in 11 minutes has got 8 points off the bench. So very nice job by Jeff Green. LeBron gets a double screen. He's got James Harden. LeBron's got to take him. Get him in that 4 foul. LeBron in the paint, puts it up. Oh, but he misses the shot. I thought he got a nice offensive rebound by LeBron, but they clear it up. They call the foul inside the paint. I don't know who the foul is on. Looks like the foul's going to be on Jeff Green when LeBron got that offensive rebound.
And I just want to point out, once again, excellent defense by James Harden because he could have easily gotten a foul there.
The thing is also, though, I really feel like Tyson Chandler should be in here just for the fact that he can really help a little bit with the rebounding. And he doesn't really have to, run the floor. He could probably get some outlet passes, let the Rockets run down the court. But the fact that he's not in there, it's really hurting their sides because the Lakers are killing them on the offensive glass.
Yeah. Good hand by PJ Tucker to knock the ball away from LA. 2.5 seconds to shoot. LeBron gets it into Caruso, and the Rockets fell asleep. Caruso cut to the basket. Beautiful pass by LeBron. 51-39. Lakers are trying to pull away from this. 24-14 points in the paint. Lakers killing on the boards and in the paint. Here's Jeff Green for 3. He can't hit. LeBron James with another rebound. Here comes LeBron James. Got Covington on the defense. Goes right at Covington. Jeff Green steps up for the double. Kicks it out to Caruso for the 3. Caruso, bottom of the net. 54-39. Lakers are starting to pull away. Increase that lead going into the half. 15-point lead. Here's James Harden. Caldwell Pope on the defense. Step back double on Caldwell. Front of the rim. Can't hit. LeBron comes down with the rebound. 9-second differential on the shot clock. LeBron goes right down inside and one. LeBron James with the score, with the foul. And he'll go to the line for 2 points. 56-39, 17-point lead with 29 seconds left in this half. 26, guys. Man, this is not looking good for the Rockets, man. How can they let the Lakers go up by almost 20 points in the half and they only had a 7-point lead, guys? Not good.
I told y'all, man. I told y'all. And this is good for LeBron because the more the lead. Oh, so it looks like LeBron's got a cut on his. It might have been on his finger because he saw it got some blood on the jersey. I see a lot of complaining on the side of the Houston Rockets, and PJ Tucker look like he's about to blow up right now with the way he's talking to the referees. But the thing is, the Houston Rockets defensively have been terrible. The Lakers have gotten them into foul trouble. They've gotten the Rockets out of position. Also, just look at the way that the Lakers have attacked them on the glass. I haven't really seen the effort. The Rockets, they kind of look like they're sleeping out there. I don't really see you're down 2-1. And like me and D have mentioned, man, this is the game you got to have. You got to come with more urgency and effort on the defensive end, especially because in game 1, you did a good job with gang rebounding. And this is what I'm saying with Mike D'Antoni. And this is why I feel like Daryl Morey is in his ear so much, because if he really thinks they're going to win like this, they're just not, man. I just don't see it. Oh, wow. So he's not even – Tyson Chandler's not even in basketball shape? Oh, you say, Jay? Damn, there you go. Not surprised, man. They knew what they were coming into, man. But anyway, take it away, D.
All right. Jeff Green gives the ball to James Harden, almost loses it. 3-second differential on the shot clock. James Harden's going to hold the ball. 8 seconds to shoot. 5, James Harden's just standing there. Passes it off to Westbrook. Westbrook goes down inside right over LeBron James for the score. Nice move by Russell Westbrook. Here comes Caruso. Long jumper for Caruso, and he hits the side of the backboard. So 57-41 as it's a 16-point lead by the Lakers going into the half. Had it not been for Westbrook in that quick point, it would be an 18-point lead. And to tell you the truth, guys, the Rockets look in bad shape. Hopefully they can come out of this half and, take some kind of a run or something to dig this score down. But the Lakers are looking good, and the Rockets are not right now.
Yeah, most definitely, man. So we got a 16-point lead. Y'all know how I do. While D talks with the chat, I'll be in the kitchen serving up a surprise.
They're playing it. They're jamming in the stadium, guys. That's why I'm over here dancing. All right, guys, let me see what y'all talking about in the chat. First off, let me give some shout-outs up in here. My man G Money in the building. What's good with you? Gideon, Brandon Nicholson, Ron Cohen on both sides. I appreciate you guys always. FP Sports in the building. Dollar beer. I need to go get me a dollar beer. What's up with your dollar beer? Ryan Newsom, Anthony L in the building. Appreciate all you guys. So, see what you're talking about. Ryan said, do you think the prediction team on management is putting them teams together or having free reign on free agency? That's a good question, man. That's a good question. And this free agency is so stacked coming into this next season, Ryan. I don't really know what the strategies are going to be with any of these things. And then with all of these guys making these behind-the-scenes phone calls and, things that they really can't stop, I'm just really to the point where, let's sit back and enjoy the show. I mean, we seen what happened when guys start switching around. We found out Kawhi was going to be with the Clippers and Kevin Durant. I think we're going to get somewhat of that scene next season where we don't really know how it's going to go down and guys are going to end up on this team here. I hope the Knicks can benefit from all of this madness, which we probably won't because we got James Dolan, but it's going to be pretty wild next season, Ryan. And I'm kind of waiting to see how all of this unfolds because Giannis Antetokounmpo's good chance he may be gone, and the Golden State Warriors could pick this guy up. And if Golden State picks up Giannis Antetokounmpo, I have to think that they're right back in the conversation. But then Kevin Durant, DeAndre Jordan, and Kyrie Irving will return. And one thing about DeAndre Jordan and Kyrie Irving, guys, is they weren't hurt. They opted out. These were two players that opted out. So the injuries, the nagging injuries they may have had, they're fully healed. They're going to be fully healed because they've rested. Brooklyn Nets is going to be a really tough team next year. We don't know what the Lakers are going to do depending on if they win. If they win, I'm pretty sure that they'll keep Anthony Davis and LeBron James together. If they don't win, Not sure how that'll turn out. Ian Williamson and the New Orleans Pelicans, they look great last season, and they're going to be picking up some drafts. You know, who knows what superstar may be interested in sliding over there to go play with the young Zion Williamson. Going to be really interesting next season. Exciting for me to just think about it. I will tell you guys this before Lewis come out of the kitchen. Make sure that you stay logged in because Lewis keeps you on point with all of the off-season stuff. I'm probably going to be doing more MMA when the basketball season ends. So I'm going to be right over here with you guys listening for the scoop. But next season is going to be exciting with that draft and that free agency. But real quick, keys to victory. Lakers keep playing the way they're playing. You know, as far as the Rockets are concerned, you guys need to box out and tearing you guys down in the paint. So you guys got to do a better job at boxing out. And they're moving the ball pretty decently. But I think just these second chance points and then taking care of the ball. It's starting to get a little silly turnovers, you know, a couple of steals. But boxing out is going to be the most important for this Rocket team right now. They cannot get pounded on the boards like that. They're already losing the points in the paint game. So to get pounded on the rebounds, you know, that's just really grim. That is my keys to victory for the Rockets. Lakers keep rolling. So my man Lewis get ready to come out of the kitchen while I sit here and snack as I usually do.
All right, guys. Back. All right, first half stats, man. Anthony Davis, 10 points, 9 rebounds, 3 assists already. So he's already in double-double mode. LeBron, 7 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists. So he's on a triple-double pace. But give credit to Markieff Morris, Danny Green, and also Alex Caruso. 9 for Alex, 8 for Danny Green, and then 7 for Markieff Morris. So those guys have played well. And also Taylor Horton Tucker, also 5 points off the bench in 7 minutes of action. So he really stepped up. For the Rockets, it's really pretty much Russ and James, 10 for James, 8 for Russell. Jeff Green came off the bench with 8 points. Eric Gordon's got 7. PJ Tucker, though, has been scoreless in 18 minutes of action. So he's going to have to hit some of those corner threes if the Rockets are going to get back in this game. If we look at the team stats, I could pretty much go through this, but I'm going to put some key areas, man. So the Lakers are shooting 10% better, 47% to 37. The Rockets are shooting terrible from 3, and we all know that the three-point line is a big part of their game, but they're not hitting that. While the Lakers are hitting not great, but better at 37.5%. The Rockets have gotten to the line 9 more times with against the Lakers. So you probably ask yourself, well, Lewis, if the Rockets have gotten 9 more free throw attempts, why are they trailing by 16 at the half? Well, let me tell you why. Number one, rebounding. 27-13 in favor of the Lakers. So they're big mark right there. 5 offensive rebounds to 1. So the Lakers are getting second shots. Number 2, the assists. The Lakers are sharing the ball better than the Rockets. They got 16 assists in the first half. Lakers on pace to get 32 to 35 assists. The Rockets only have 9. Then if you look at the blocks and the steals, they're even. But then also look at this. Check it out. The Rockets have 9 turnovers in the first half. Not good. And then what D just mentioned, man, points in the paint. Lakers are plus 12 in points in the paint, 28 to 16. So why are the Rockets losing this game despite the fact that they have 9 more free throw attempts? They're not hitting their threes. PJ Tucker's gone scoreless. They've turned the ball over 9 times. They've been out rebounded by 14, and they also have been outscored in the paint 28-16. And ladies and gentlemen, those are your first half stats between the Lakers and the Rockets on the Lewis Sports Network.
And to piggyback off of one thing Lewis said, those turnovers, well, the Lakers got 12 points off of those turnovers, 12 fast break points. So it's not like they're turning the ball over like that game we was watching with Denver and Denver and the Clippers where turnovers were happening, but no one was cashing in. No, the Lakers are cashing in off of these turnovers. So the Rockets going to have to take better care of that ball and box out down low. Box out. Got to keep these guys out of the paint.
But also piggyback off on those 12 fast break points, D, the Rockets have none. So they haven't been able to score in transition either. So the Laker defense has really forced the Rockets to play more of a half-court game. They're not letting them get in transition, which means the Lakers' transition defense has been very good in this game too. So this is why you got to give the Laker defense a lot of credit, in this game. They're really not letting the Rockets get comfortable like they did in game one. And also, Frank Vogel has made adjustments, something that Mike D'Antoni has not done. So we also got to give the coaching credit where credit is due. So once Frank Vogel's made the adjustment, Mike D'Antoni has not found a way to counter it. And that's why the Rockets are down not only 2-1, but they find themselves down at the half. And like D said, they got to gang rebound because you're getting out rebounded by 14, and you got to find a way to defend the interior better because the Lakers are not a good 3-point shooting team. So you have to pack the paint at some point. The Lakers get into a rhythm when they work inside out. So take away the inside and force them to beat you from the outside. And if they beat you from the outside, you just tip your hat. But that's the game plan on the Lakers. You have to force them to beat you from the outside and force them to go outside in. You can't let them go inside out because that's where the Lakers are dangerous because it gives them a chance to set their defense up when they're scoring easy in the paint. So the Rockets got to keep that in mind to start that second half.
And, Lewis, like you was saying, the Lakers having 12 fast break points and the Rockets with none. And Lewis mentioned the transition defense by the Lakers. Pretty good. But you know what other kind of defense they've been playing pretty good? To keep these guys out of getting rhythm? The half-court defense. Because they've been running and gunning at that three-point line. They're not giving the Rockets any opportunity to get comfortable at that three-point line. Right? Big trouble for the Rockets. Big trouble.
Absolutely. Jamid says that Nash can't coach. Well, we don't really know that because he doesn't have any coaching experience. It's the same thing when Mark Jackson, when he got hired, he didn't have any coaching experience. Derek Fisher, when he got hired, he didn't have coaching experience. When Jason Kidd got hired by Brooklyn, he didn't have any coaching experience. Steve Kerr, when he got hired, he didn't have any coaching experience. So we can't judge what these guys are going to do. Or are you more so saying that because Kevin Durant and Kyrie are there? I don't know, but I can't judge Nash until I see what he does. Now, what I will say is he has a challenge on his hand with Kyrie Irving. He has a relationship with Kevin Durant. He has a relationship with Sean Marks. But Kyrie Irving is going to be the wild card. As long as Kyrie Irving listens to Steve Nash, lets him coach, and I'm pretty sure, I can't say I'm pretty sure. It can work. We got to wait on how Kyrie does. We'll have to see. But and shout out to Lakers fan. He says the Texans are so bad. Well, that's right, guys, because football season has started tonight. The Chiefs, defending champs, my quarterback, Patrick Mahomes, is going up against Deshaun Watson and the Houston Texans. So that should be a good game.
Yes, sir. Be right back, Lewis. Bathroom break.
No doubt. And I got my fantasy football draft. I forgot to set my team. I mean, week 1 is still there, but I wonder if I'm pretty sure I got Patrick Mahomes starting most likely. Let me just make sure that while this comes back. But yeah, man, in terms of the basketball, man, we got to see. James says the Lakers will go to the finals, bro. We got to see, man. We got to see. Only time is going to tell when the Lakers play the Clippers. Only time is going to tell. We will see. The third quarter will tell us if the Lakers can keep the foot on the gas and not let up. We'll see. I'm interested to see how that Lakers-Clippers series is going to go in the Western Conference Finals. Really interested to see that. It's going to be an interesting series, though.
All right. Back in action. I can't hear those crickets, can you?
No.
Oh, okay. I got like 1,000 crickets in my backyard.
Well, I hear them now.
Oh boy, that was really good, man. My wife made tacos.
Oh, that's what's up. Nice. Oh man, I'm looking at my fantasy roster right now for football. Devontae Parker is questionable. What injury did he get? Let me see. Oh, he has a hamstring injury. Oh, okay. Oh, he was limited to
Fantasy
practice.
football league? You play the
Yeah,
football league?
yeah, I'm in a fantasy football league. It's by a friend of mine. We did the draft on the 30th, and so
Oh man, I can't wait. I can't wait.
yeah, man, I got a nice little team on paper, man.
You know what concerns me though is that because you know how we operate, right?
Yeah,
I feel like I'm gonna miss football. I'm gonna miss a lot of football. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Because I'm gonna have to cover the UFC when the basketball season ends, and it's a lot of work covering boxing and UFC, paying attention to all of these fighters and stuff. So I think I'm gonna miss a lot of football games. I might have to get out of that prediction league. Champ ain't gonna like that, but that take a lot of time.
I hear that, man.
That's why I'm glad you picked the 7 o'clock game tonight, bro. Because I gotta pick all my fights. Fights start tomorrow.
The crazy part is that had it not been for Miami getting rid of Milwaukee in Game 5, Game 6 would have been playing right now, and Milwaukee actually would have been the first game either way, because then I was actually thinking of doing the Lakers and Rockets anyway, but then that would have been the later game. So
Yeah.
fortunately, it worked out because this game ended up at 7 o'clock. And so this game, the next game, I think Game 5 will be at 8, and that's on Saturday.
Right. Yeah, I'm it's crazy in on my boxing side, man. You was in that live today.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's getting crazy, man. I had to take another turn because getting out of control. So I had to go back to old Thanos, body bagging cats.
Oh man, my man D said I had to go take the Infinity Stones away. I see.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I'm calling them out 2 at a time, Lewis. I don't want you. I want you and your partner.
Oh
Come
wow.
on up here. I'll body bag both of you.
Man, D said he want that smoke.
All the smoke.
All the smoke. Oh, the Chiefs scored?
Oh, not. Let me see. I mean, I don't really care who wins between them, but I'm looking for my Giants on Sunday against. I mean, not Sunday, on Monday against the Steelers.
I gotta see how we do against that defense.
I think I made a mistake, man. The games are on, right?
Yeah, the game is on.
Hey, I'm too freaking busy, bro. I swear, I'm so busy.
All right, guys, we're back, man. Third quarter action, and Russell Westbrook immediately gets fouled, man, driving to the basket of Markieff Morris. Looked like he took a little bit of a shot, so the foul's going to be on him. And Russell Westbrook immediately goes to the line to shoot 2. Also, keep in mind, guys, we're going to have to see how quickly James Harden gets that 4th foul because he has 3. And he was fortunate because he should have gotten a 4th foul a few plays ago in that second quarter, but they didn't call it. So he's fortunate that he's playing with 3, but he has to be very careful. If he can play through most of this third quarter, or at least the third quarter without drawing a foul, he'll be in good shape for the 4th, but we'll see what happens. Russell makes the first free throw. 57-42 is the score. Here's his next free throw. Good again, 57-43. Let's see if this gets Russell going, but he has to take care of the ball, and they got to rebound the basketball, man. All right, man, here's LeBron James. LeBron James on the right side. He gets a switch with PJ Tucker on him. Anthony Davis trying to set that screen. James Harden is on him. Harden's got to be careful. Switches off to Danny Green. LeBron James getting pushed a little bit, then gives it to Anthony Davis. He's got Russell Westbrook on him. That is barbecue chicken. AD. Oh, boy. But good. Wow. And then he was fortunate Markieff got that offensive rebound, but still didn't make it. All right, here comes James Harden. James Harden, and the ball is kicked by KCP, and the Rockets will keep the ball with 16 on the shot clock.
Yeah, I'll tell y'all something, man. The Lakers are up, and they should be fortunate. Anthony Davis has to do better. You're the best player on this team. You got Russell Westbrook on you, one-on-one. Put that ball down, spin on him, do something, back him down. You cannot sit there and fumble with the ball like that. Here's Russell Westbrook. Down inside, passes it out in the corner to Gordon over to Covington. Good defense by LeBron. Here comes LeBron, D'ing up on James Harden. Nice switch by LeBron. LeBron causes the steal. Ball given to LeBron. He goes right inside on Covington, and LeBron will get to the line for 2. Great series of defense by LeBron on there.
What I loved about that play was LeBron. Not only did he guard Covington, and then he switched on Harden being the ball handler, and that was just good double team. That was great defense by LeBron. Give him credit.
Great defense. LeBron with 7.7 rebounds, 5 assists, working on his stats. And he can't hit because he has a problem at the free throw line. So he misses the first one, 57-43, still a 14-point lead. And LeBron drains the second one. So Covington passed the ball into Gordon. Gordon to bring it down for the Rockets. Gordon at top of the key. Dribbles around Markieff Morris, goes right inside for the layup. Gets a lot of contact, but no call there. Here comes LeBron James. Stops, pops at the 3. And LeBron in and out, but Danny Green inside for the rebound. Out to Caldwell Pope for the 3, and he drains it. So 61-43, 19-point lead here in this third quarter by the Lakers. James Harden coming down. Screen set by Eric Gordon. James Harden loses the ball. Caldwell Pope picks it up. Here comes Pope. Pope to Danny Green for 3. And Danny Green off the top of the rim, but there's a foul by Markieff Morris. Came in and fouled on that rebound. And see, as soon as that rebound was coming, PJ Tucker did what needs to be done. He went to box out, and Markieff Morris pulled a foul on Morris because of it. So here comes Russell Westbrook out on the wing. Dribbles around Anthony Davis, passes it out to Eric Gordon. Eric Gordon working on Danny Green. Gordon back inside. And Gordon finally pulls a foul. I think he was fouled the last 2 times he drove. But they get it to him this time, so Gordon will go to the line for 2. So the Lakers, man, they're doing a good job. Great adjustment by Vogel, in my opinion, to hound the Rockets on the 3-point line because that's their game. And that has a lot to do with why they're so far ahead. But they're going to have to do better with this interior defense. They're the longer team. They don't need to be stacking up these fouls like that. They should be able to play the Rockets a little better inside.
Yep, I concur. Eric Gordon misses the free throw. Oh, man. All right, man. So LeBron with the basketball. 61-44 is the score. LeBron comes off, tries to come off the screen there, but he decides to back it up. He's got Robert Covington on him. He's got the switch. LeBron looks like he's about to drive that basketball. He drives right, spins to the left, gets to the middle, kicks it out to an open Anthony Davis for the 3, but he can't hit. Offensive rebound. It's to Danny Green. Beautiful pass to Anthony Davis for the dunk and scores. 63-44. Take it away, D.
That's what you got to do, Anthony Davis. Go to the rack. Here goes James Harden. Step back 3, and Harden is cold as ice. He can't hit. LeBron James with the ball. Coming down, full speed ahead. Kicks it to Danny Green in the corner for the 3. Green can't hit, and Anthony Davis with the putback. There you go, Davis coming alive. 65-44, 21-point lead. They're trashing the Rockets right now. Russell Westbrook passes it to Eric Gordon. Eric Gordon drives down inside and tries to get a move on Anthony Davis, but Anthony Davis won't have it. It's stolen back by Russell Westbrook. Covington out on the wing, gives it back to Westbrook. Westbrook shoots the 3, and Westbrook, bottom of the net. So nice shot by Westbrook, and finally the Rockets put some points on the board to bring this down to an 18-point lead. Take it away, Lewis.
All right, 65-47. Anthony Davis gets a jump shot, misses. I didn't like that shot real quick by AD. Should have went inside. James Harden with the basketball. Russell and Harden are not really being aggressive, and I can see it. Harden kicks it. Good extra ball movement. Eric Gordon open for 3, but he can't get the ball on the spin. The Rockets just can't buy a 3-point shot. Here comes LeBron, full steam, decides to spin, goes on the ground, and no foul call. LeBron kicks it out to KCP for 3, air ball, and we got a foul on Danny Green. And, man, PJ Tucker is so upset right now.
Now, LeBron just hurt his hand, and that was just silly. And I know he hurt his hand because as soon as he slammed that ball down, he looked at his hand. Hopefully it was nothing, serious, but that's just dumb.
You guys, check that out, man. 12 fast break points to nothing. in the fast break, 13 second chance points to 0. And then on top of that, 36-15 on the rebounds. As Russell Westbrook misses the 3, LeBron with an outlet pass to an open Anthony Davis, a foul on PJ Tucker, and 1. The Houston Rockets, man, they're playing like they don't want to win this game. And again, give credit to the Laker defense. They are playing like the typical Houston Rockets that we are seeing right now, and they find themselves down 20 points.
And
Good,
this
right?
is the key to D'Antoni's offense. You run those guys off the three-point line, they struggle. I mean, this is basically the blueprint. This is why they got to get rid of D'Antoni. You can't win just being a three-point shooting team. You're not going to win.
Been saying that even if Golden State shoot threes, man, they actually toned down their three-point shooting and actually became more of a mid-range team, but at least they played defense in their championship seasons. Even though they got weaker, they played defense as well. They didn't just shoot threes. Look at their offense. There's man movement, ball movement. That's how they won the championship.
Product of the three-point shooters, Steph Curry and Klay Thompson driving to the bucket. So here comes James Harden. Anthony Davis falls. He kicks it over to Macklemore for the 3. So these Rockets are starting to feel it from the 3, but they're still giving the ball up. So here comes Caruso with the ball, gets it to LeBron James. LeBron James over to Caldwell Pope. Caldwell Pope gets it down to Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis working on PJ Tucker. Harden. Backs Harden down. Nice pass inside to Caruso. He can't hit, but Danny Green with the putback. And Caruso almost with the steal, but he steps out of bounds. So nearly another turnover by the Rockets. So you can hit your threes, but if you turn the ball over, that's 4 points to 3. You're not going to catch up that way.
Yep. Oh, so he just stepped out of bounds, man. That toe was right on the line, but almost saved it. All right, guys, look at that. Offensive rebounds, 10-1, 15-0 on the second chance points. The Rockets are just doomed for disaster. 70-50 is the score. James Harden with the basketball, under 7 remaining in the third quarter. Faces a light, now comes with a hard double. Russell passes to Covington, cuts to the basket, misses. Russell on the follow dunk, can't hit. Bodies flying, fall down. LeBron, left to right crossover, goes for the layup, and he scores. 72-50 is the score. D'Antoni has not even tried to stop the momentum. He's just letting these guys play through it. 10 points for LeBron, 11 rebounds, and 6 assists. And notice, LeBron really hasn't had to spend a lot of energy. James Harden kicks it out to an open Macklemore for 3. He drains another one. Second three-pointer in this quarter. 72-53 is the score. All right, here comes Alex Caruso. Both teams are not really shooting the 3-ball well, but the Rockets are actually shooting one in the third quarter. Anthony Davis spin move inside and draws a foul on Robert Covington. And he'll go to the line to shoot 2 free throws. LeBron's got 11 rebounds in this game, man. And looks like we got a timeout, guys, in the third quarter. 6:14 remaining. A 72-53 game is the score right here with basketball with Lewis and D right now.
You know, unless we get a repeat of game 2 and the Lakers fall asleep, I think this is it, man. I think they're going to clean the Rockets up. Because I don't see anything that's showing me. You know, sometimes, guys, you can see even when a team is 19, 20 points down, sometimes you can see in their play that they're still not out of this game. I just don't see that with the Rockets. I mean, you're 19 points down. You're still getting smashed on the boards. You have no fast break points. You're not really boxing out well. So you don't show me anything that says you're going to come back in this game. Unless the Lakers go cold and start allowing you guys to pop those threes up, I think this is just a long night for the Rockets. I could be wrong, but it seems like it's going to be a long night to be taken out of the playoffs by the Rockets.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And G Money says Lakers are running and stunting the Rockets with transition defense and post play. Yeah, they're killing them inside, man, and they're not rebounding the ball. They're still killing them and we keep saying it: second chance points, rebounding, fast break points. They're killing them in all the phases, man. Without the 3-point shooting and without the free throws. So they keep it up, man. The Rockets are going down 3-1.
Yeah, they're going to clean it up tonight, man. And I keep saying clean it up, guys, because it's a wrap. It's a wrap, man. If they lose tonight, especially like this in this fashion, it's a wrap. Nothing in the world tells me they're going to beat the Lakers 3 times back to back. You know, injury maybe. You know, maybe he knows the sports hits and Anthony Davis goes down or something. But that's the only way I can see them losing this, man. Then Anthony Davis, guys, he's picking up his play, right? Which, if you look at the first half, Anthony Davis was not really there. So the Lakers were up 16 points going into the half without Anthony Davis actually producing. So what does that mean now that Anthony Davis is producing? It just seems like all hope is lost for you Rockets fans. I hate to say it, but I don't think you guys are going to win this game. So I was complaining because I thought for a second that I did not get my bets in for football, but I did. Lewis says the Chiefs are up, and I picked the Chiefs to win. Let's go, Chiefs.
Wait, they scored?
Oh, the Chiefs? Oh, I thought you said they scored.
No. It's still a score. No, G Money have said that the Chiefs scored, but no, it's still a scoreless game right now.
Oh, wow. G Money, you got me all excited for nothing.
Oh, Ron says he's back. The internet went down. Oh man, yeah, no, I feel you, man. Because we was having that problem too. I had a unstable internet connection too, man. It's been like that. It's been like that with D as well. You know, so a lot of things going on right now. So, like I said, man, I'll be upgrading the tech a little bit in a few. Getting a little bit of a camera webcam. Hopefully that'll improve clarity with things. Obviously, I got to upgrade this laptop. You know. Obviously with that, and then also I had to upgrade the router. So trying to improve some things. Got to save up a little bit, but you know, trust me, things will get better from here on in. And,
no doubt. Well, Anthony Davis drains the free throws, 74-53, back up to a 21-point lead. PJ Tucker with the ball. McLemore gets it inside to James Harden. Caldwell Pope on the defense. Caruso double team back inside to Harden. Harden outside to Austin Rivers for 3, and Rivers, bottom of the net. Here comes Austin Rivers. Looks like the bench is playing with some urgency. McLemore and Austin Rivers, the rest of the team needs to wake up. So it's 56-74, 18-point lead. Anthony Davis with the ball gets it to LeBron James. LeBron has James Harden on the defense. Over to Danny Green. Danny Green drives inside and misses the layup. Wow. James Harden with the ball. Top of the key. Over in the corner to Tucker. Almost loses it. And knocked out of bounds by Danny Green. So 15 seconds on the shot clock. Houston still with the ball. 5 minutes, 24 seconds left in this game. McLemore bring the ball in for the Rockets. Gets the ball over to Tucker. Back to McLemore. McLemore over to Jeff Green. Back to McLemore down to James Harden. James Harden, Caldwell Pope on the defense. Harden, 4 seconds to shoot. Double team. This is to Austin Rivers. Austin Rivers, shot clock violation. Good defense by the Lakers. Bad offense by the Houston Rockets. And another turnover.
that would be the Rockets' 13th turnover.
Yeah, and this is where the Rockets fall short. They can't stand around when James Harden gets the ball. A nice pass inside by Danny Green to Anthony Davis for the dunk. Sorry, that was Kyle Kuzma. He's checked in for Danny Green. And nice pass by James Harden. Jeff Green can't hold the ball. He loses it, but Caruso knocks it out. So 15 seconds on the shot clock. Houston does keep the ball. 20-point lead, guys. They got to try to get this lead down to 10 going into the third. James Harden for 3, and Harden helps. 17-point lead. Harden hits the 3, 59-76. Take it away, Lewis.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, 76-59 is the score. Harden only 2 of 9 from the field, 1 of 5 from 3. So Rajon Rondo brings the ball up slowly. Anthony Davis sets a screen between two guys. Rondo drives all the way to the left, and he just loses the ball, so he'll turn it over. So Lakers turnover, and the Rockets will get the ball back. 4:29 remaining in this third quarter. Rockets find themselves down 17 right now. So the ball's inbounded to James Harden, bringing the ball up slowly up against Anthony Davis. Decide to crossover, loses the handle, but Anthony Davis, look at him hounding Harden on defense. Just shows you that first team all defense. Can't say he ain't got help. James Harden takes it to the rack. Good job by Caruso on the defense, going straight up and forces another turnover on the Houston Rockets. Harden now 2 for 10 from the field. All right, Rajon Rondo with the basketball. Tries to cross, gives it to Anthony Davis, slips. Wow, able to recover, but the ball goes off his foot. But looks like I think it went off of PJ Tucker, who deflected it last. So the Lakers will keep the ball with 10 on the shot clock. Right now, these are dangerous times right now for the Houston Rockets. Real dangerous times for the Houston Rockets. They got to find a way to string some defensive stops and get back in this game. All right, ball's inbounded to Kyle Kuzma, giving to Rajon Rondo. Rajon Rondo dribbles to the middle. He's got PJ Tucker on him. Decides to put a hesitation step. Gives it to Caruso. Oh, but good defense by James Harden with a block shot to force a 24-second shot clock violation. Russell Westbrook's got to find a way to be effective in this game, and he really hasn't been either. All right, so the ball's inbounded to James Harden. James Harden gets a PJ Tucker screen. Bounce pass, and we got another kick ball, and this time the Lakers kick it out of bounds. So Houston will retain it with 16 on the shot clock. Take it away, D.
All right, James Harden out on the wing. Step back on Anthony Davis for the three. Can't hit. Caruso comes down with the rebound. Here comes Caruso. Kicks it in the corner to Rondo. Rondo back over to Caruso, but a bad pass by Rondo. And McLemore tries to save, but Rondo picks it up. Resets the shot clock. 20 seconds. Caruso cross corner to Kuzma. Kuzma inside to Caldwell Pope. Turnaround jumper, but Kuzma comes in for the putback. 59, back to 19-point lead. James Harden with the ball. And foul on Rondo. James Harden got upset a little bit. He thought they was calling it on him.
That's my problem, man. James Harden, too much relying on the refs, man. Too much relying on the referees. And the thing is, I've given Harden credit. He's played great in these playoffs. He just hasn't been good in this game. But so James Harden's got to get to the free throw line because he's not shooting the ball well from the field. He's 2 of 10 from the field. I think he has 16 points. So he knocks down the free throw. 78-60 is a score. We got a timeout with 3:03 remaining in this third quarter. As we said, man, 13-point lead right now.
Yeah, Rockets going to have to try to get this game at least down to 10, guys, because I tell you, they go into this fourth quarter 14, 15 points down. And Lakers is going to clean this game right up, bro. And watching that series slip away right now. And I think Mike D'Antoni, because they're not boxing out well, they're getting smashed on the boards. I think he should contemplate keeping Austin Rivers and McLemore in on this offensive lineup because they're bringing energy to this team, energy that they haven't had all game. You remove those guys, even though they're bench players, and you might just go back to the, way it was in the first half. So he probably contemplate leaving those guys in the game for a little while. Maybe it can, inspire the other guys to get it going.
Yeah, like D said, man, their best chance is to try to cut this game down to 10 because you'll be within striking distance to be able to string a run. Because remember, trying to come back by all those points, you're going to have to try to score as quickly as you can, but you don't want to try to force it too much to where you're turning the ball over or just taking bad shots. You don't want to get home run plays because if you look at it right now, they got 12 minutes and they got 3 minutes and 3 seconds in this third quarter. So they got 15 minutes to completely get back in this game. But what they need to focus on is just take small bites. Try to get yourself within 12 to 10 points, and you got a shot in the fourth quarter. But that's what they should focus on. You try to get home run plays, and you don't get those home run plays, the Lakers are going to take advantage of it because they've done it pretty much all game long. So if you're Houston, you want to start out small. Get yourself within distance where you can make yourself a big run. Just A little mini run to try to cut into this lead, man, to give yourself a chance to win this game as poorly as you've played. Mind you, as poorly as you've played, you had a chance.
Yeah, and Lewis, you remember during the bubble, before they came into this playoff, I was telling everybody, let's not keep worrying about the Lakers. I mean, they are picked to go for a certain reason. And, game by game in this playoffs, the Lakers are getting back to the form we expect them to be. They're playing better defense. They're moving the ball well. They're working it down in the hole to Anthony Davis, although he's not doing some of the things he's supposed to do. They're still doing the things they need to do to become that better team. And if we look at who's left, guys, it's going to be a Laker LA show. It just appears that it's going to be a LA show for the conference finals. That's what we all wanted. But I think the Clippers have been showing some inefficiencies here, and this is going to be quite a matchup between LA and LA.
Absolutely. And the thing is, if you look at the Clipper Nugget series, I feel like the Clippers are kind of fine-tuning themselves against Denver to the point where, and I felt like it was going to be like that once they played them, because Denver's not, if they were because the thing is the Nuggets have the talent, but I just think offensively they were much more consistent against the Jazz because the Jazz are not that great of a defensive team no matter what people want to claim it. And Jamal Murray went off. Yeah, I noticed Jamal Murray hasn't been able to go off like he was able to against the Jazz because they have 3-4 defenders they can throw at him in terms of the wings. And then you got Patrick Beverly, first-team All-NBA defender, who they throw at. And Jamal Murray's had a tough time. All right, man, so James Harden just passed Reggie Miller, 26 on the all-time playoff scoring list. The accomplishment won't mean a thing if the Rockets don't win this game. All right, so KCP with the ball. Gives it to Kyle Kuzma. Kyle Kuzma fakes right on Harden. Fakes. Nice shoulder fake. Harden with the strip. Good defense on the move. The Rockets come back but Austin Rivers stepped out of bounds, which would have gave the Rockets a chance to get a fast break point. Unfortunately, can't get it done. And let's see that replay. Yep, that left foot touches the front of the line right there. Unfortunately.
Yes, touched it.
All right, take it away, D.
All right, so Lakers 17-point lead. Caruso with the ball at the top. Gets it to Rondo. Rondo dribbles down inside. And Rondo with the scoop on Austin Rivers. Nice move by Rajon Rondo. 80-61. And the Lakers are maintaining this 18-19-point lead. Rockets down to 2 minutes. Jeff Green with the ball. Gives it to Austin Rivers. Austin Rivers working on Caruso. Rivers goes down inside. Pulls the foul. And see, that's what I'm talking about. So Rivers goes back to the line because the Lakers have gotten the Houston Rockets into the bonus. But that's what I'm saying. And this is why I said that D'Antoni should think about keeping Rivers and McLemore in the game right now because these guys are trying to win. It doesn't seem like the rest of their teams come along, but they're trying to win. Austin Rivers drains the first free throw. And I still have not gotten used to these virtual fans, guys.
No, me neither. It's
so weird.
Dang, I wish we had that kind of scoreboard right here to put on StreamYard. Like they just showed up right there with that Rockets Lakers one. That would look so dope on StreamYard.
I know, man.
I got some exciting news, guys. My green screen is coming tomorrow, so gonna see more of my face, man. Green and blue screen, man. So check that out, man. It's gonna be lit now with Lewis and D. Anthony Davis on the lob, man, from Rajon Rondo. And this is what I love about Rajon Rondo, the importance of him. It gives you another playmaker out on the floor. And that was a beautiful lob pass to Anthony Davis, and they put too much attention to Rondo. Anthony Davis with 23 and 11 right now. Eric Gordon with the ball, fakes right, goes left, shoots a jump shot, scores 82-65. So it's still a 17-point lead right now. All right, KCP trying to dribble, gives the ball to Alex Caruso. Eric Gordon only 10 points, 3 out of 10 from the field in 21 minutes. He's really struggled. Alex Caruso puts the ball on the floor, kicks it out to Rondo. Wide open for 3, but he just can't hit on the corner. Rebound is to Jeff Green. Gives the ball to Austin Rivers, then gives it to Eric Gordon, who just shoots a wild three, and then he drains it. So it's a 14-point game, 82-68. So we got a 14-point game. So Alex Caruso brings the ball up, gives it to Anthony Davis. Both teams are shooting terrible from the three-point line. The Lakers are shooting great from two, while the Rockets haven't been that great. Anthony Davis crosses over, shoots a shot, misses. Rajon Rondo on the offensive rebound. Under a minute remaining in this third quarter. Rajon Rondo shoots a jump shot. Kisses it off the glass, and he scores 84-68 with 46 seconds remaining. Take it away, D.
All right, here comes Russell Westbrook. Out on the wing, kicks it to Jeff Green. Back over to Westbrook. Westbrook. Now Rondo on the defense, and Rondo reaches in for the foul, so Westbrook will go to the line for two. Quite fortunate for the Rockets that the Lakers put them in the bonus because they're giving them a chance to put some points up on the board. Terrible foul by Rondo because with 36.3 seconds left on the clock, that's already a 2-for-1 for the Lakers. For the Rockets. So Westbrook, just hits the first free throw. Rose hits the back of the rim and falls in. 17 second chance points for the Lakers, 17 fast break points for the Lakers, and 44 to 16 points in the paint. You can't win a game like that.
Damn, man. 17 on the fast break, 17 in second chance, and 44-16 in the paint. Oh, also don't forget, have I rebounded them by 20. You're not going to beat this team like that, even if it's just right now a 14-point game. And it's because the Rockets are getting to the free throw line. That's what's keeping them in this game.
That's it. Here comes Caruso. Caruso behind the line. Got McLemore on the defense. Anthony Davis out on the wing. Dribbles around the screen. Good switch by Russell Westbrook. Almost causes Caruso to lose the ball. And Caruso goes inside, but he gets fouled by Austin Rivers. Terrible foul, Austin Rivers. Terrible foul. I do like the defensive intensity, but that was a bad foul because Caruso's a pretty good free throw shooter. So, if they would have at least got that steal or, wait for Caruso to miss. Hopefully he missed or something. I don't think he should have fouled there.
All right. And real quick, D, not to get off subject, man, but football-wise, man, the Chiefs just scored, man. So, Mahomes just threw a touchdown pass to Travis Kelce in the end zone, so I'm hyped because that is good for me. As Caruso knocks down both free throws, 86-70, so the Rockets will get the last shot of the quarter. Take it away, D.
All right. Russell holding for the last shot. 8 seconds on the shot clock. I'm pretty sure Russell's going to take this. 5, 4. Russell for 3. And he can't hit, and that'll do it. So a 16-point lead going into the fourth. And this is where I said they don't need to be, guys. 15 points or better, and I'm going to call it right now. I wish Queen Layla was in the building. It's over. I'm premature on it, guys. I usually say, well, we can't talk like that. We still got a whole quarter to play. But I just don't see it. I just don't see it, man. It's 17-2. Fast break points. 17 to zip. 44-16 in the paint. And then it was 17 to zip. What was the other stat, Lewis?
17-0 in fast break. 17-0 in second chance, and then 44 in the paint.
Yeah, and I think it was 17-2 in one of them, but it doesn't matter. 17-2, 17-0, 44-16. These are all important categories, guys. And I mean, the second chance points are ridiculous. You're going to get killed with a team like the Lakers, and they getting 2 or 3 chances to put the ball up. Like, man, I don't know, that. And I think too, Lewis, that's going to be a problem for the Clippers as well, because Zubac will get rebounds for you. He plays good in that hole, but Zubac gets a little careless and, he builds himself up in the foul trouble. Montrezl Harrell, although he plays big, sometimes he just gets utilized by those guys in the hole. I can see Anthony Davis doing a lot of spin moves and working Montrezl Harrell down there in the hole. Nikola Jokic is not as athletic or quick as Anthony Davis, and he was abusing Montrezl Harrell down there, So when you get to these 7-footers, you can get what you can get from Montrezl Harrell, but you're going to depend on that 1-2 punch with he and Zubac, and with that fouling trouble with Zubac and Montrezl Harrell being just a little short for those 7-footers, that's going to give Clippers some problems versus this long Lakers team.
Yeah, man, absolutely. So yeah, man. So yeah, D. You picked the Chiefs to win. You picked the Chiefs to win, right? And your
Yes, sir.
All right, man. The game is tied at 7 so far, man. So that's at least
There
a
it
good
goes,
sign.
right at the top. I don't know if you can see it. There you go.
Yep.
See that? Kansas
All
City Chiefs, baby.
Yep. But getting back to the Lakers and the Rockets, yeah, it's they're gonna have to not only let go of Mike D'Antoni, but they're gonna have to let go of Daryl Morey, because he put this team together, and instead of trying to win a championship, you're worried about the analytics, believing that the analytics is going to, obviously help you win. And there's an old saying, man: offense gets glory, defense wins championships. You gotta defend. Your offense and your defense have got to be a good balance. That's what makes a great team. You look at the Warriors when they won their championships, great defense. When LeBron was in Miami, great offense, great defense, they won championships. Same thing when LeBron won in Cleveland. Great, pretty good offense, great defense. Defense at the end of the day, man, is what wins the championships. So offense is going to get the glory, man. But look at that rebounding, 42-19.
Let me ask you this, Lewis. Who did they get rid of? Both of these guys, $38 million players. Russell Westbrook or James Harden?
That's a good question. I don't know. But what I do know is that LeBron just made it an 18-point game. 88-70 is the score. Westbrook with the ball gives it to Jeff Green. Jeff Green is trying to get it to Eric Gordon, but Eric Gordon does get the ball. Good. So now they switch with Markieff Morris. Eric Gordon tried to take a step back three. That was a poor gamble right there by Rajon Rondo. And instead, we get 2 points plus the foul on that dunk by Jeff Green.
No, I think Caruso knocked it away.
Oh, it was a knockout? Okay, so they didn't score. All right, so good defense by Caruso on the heads up. But the thing is, do you get rid of Russell Westbrook or James Harden now? And it's a good question because remember, Russell Westbrook was traded for Chris Paul, which I just didn't understand what sense it made, because you traded a max point guard for another max point guard, and you're still getting the same results. So nothing has really changed, because if you remember, guys, James Harden, after losing to Golden State last year, he says he knows what needed to be done to win. And if you're looking right now, they're going to be on the verge of going down 3-1. And the things that you needed in these playoffs, like rebounding, being able to defend, they're getting killed on the rebound. They're not shooting the 3-ball well, and they find themselves down 17. Remember, guys, me and D both said that they needed to be within 10 points to have distance. It's a 17-point game right now. So I'll answer that question in a bit, but in the meantime, D can just take it away.
And Rondo to Markieff Morris cutting inside. Nice pass by Rondo. Markieff for the dunk. Here comes Russell Westbrook. Russell Westbrook double team down inside. Beats the double team. Nice ball movement by the Rockets. Austin Rivers for 3. And he puts it in. Austin Rivers, 74-90, 16-point lead. Rockets need to get some stops here. Here comes Caruso. I would like to be wrong, Rockets. Work yourself back into this game. Here's LeBron James. Gets it to Markieff Morris. Over to Caruso. Caruso passes it to Rondo. And it's an offensive foul on LeBron James. Wow, I didn't even see the foul there. Lakers are passing the ball extremely well, man. Not just LeBron James. So nice move by Russell Westbrook to get to the hole right around Caruso. So 76-90 down to 14-point game. Here comes Rajon Rondo. Out on the wing, kicks it to LeBron. LeBron with Jeff Green on the defense. LeBron dribbles around Jeff Green. Pulls the ball back out. I think LeBron's thinking about a 3-pointer here. LeBron dribbles, goes down inside, and LeBron inside moving. He can't hit Russell Westbrook with the ball and loses the ball, but he gains control. Gives it to Jeff Green for the 3. Jeff Green can't hit. Good rebound by Rondo. Rondo, top of the key. Austin Rivers on the defense. Rondo backs the ball up, directs traffic. Rondo gets the ball over to LeBron James. LeBron James with the mix match. Eric Gordon. LeBron cross-court pass to Rondo for three. Rondo drains it. Bottom of the net. Ray John Rondo to put this lead back up to 19 points, 93-76. Ray John Rondo working on the triple-double, steal by LeBron. And LeBron called for the double dribble. Bad call, referee.
That's not a good call. That is not a good call.
That's a terrible call.
What? No. Listen, man, I get my gripe on LeBron, man, but that was a terrible call. He went behind the back on that.
He did grab it. Did you see that?
Yeah. Yep. Okay, now I see. Yeah. LeBron can't complain about that one. He got caught.
No, he got caught. I didn't even see that.
I didn't see the fact that he held the corners, man. If I didn't see it, that wasn't. But wait, they didn't.
Russell Westbrook fouled.
Oh,
that's why. Yeah.
Oh. All right,
nice
LeBron in the post.
Go ahead.
Nice pass to AD, and he gets the roll on that one. So 95-76, 19-point lead, and we got a timeout by Mike D'Antoni. I don't know why Mike gets hot at these referees, man, because you just don't make any adjustments. Russell Westbrook, I told you guys, man. Skip Bayless is going to look real foolish right now because he said the Rockets were going to give these Lakers trouble, and I'm not seeing it right now.
I said that this game would end in 5 or 6. I said the Rockets would give the Lakers trouble in game 2, which they did. They would struggle in game 3, which they did. And they might be able to sneak one out to make it go to 6, but I think that the Lakers take them in 5, which at the looks of things, they will.
Yeah, this is Lakers in 5, and like I said, can we give Rajon Rondo, the respect he deserves? Because I feel like he is impacting the games that does not show you on the box score, and it's not even about the points. But people's like, oh, Rajon Rondo's now scoring. He has 7 points and he had 8 points to 15. No, it's not about that. Just look at his impact on the floor. Look how the Lakers are moving on the offensive end. They're cutting. Look at, even with the ball in his hands, the Lakers their off-ball movement has been great, and he's doing a good job at reading the defense. And that's why the Lakers are getting a lot of these points in the paint. His impact on the floor, and look, and his court vision is so great that it allows LeBron to defend, and he doesn't have to score the ball. So the responsibility, there's less pressure on LeBron. That gives him more energy to play on the defensive end. That's why when I said, when you look at the guys like a Rondo and an Avery Bradley, they're good for the point. They're obviously good for the point guards, disrupting their rhythm. But then offensively, Avery Bradley, he's not going to always make threes, obviously, but it'll come from time to time. But his defense impact, his impact on the defense. But then Rajon Rondo, man, he's been deflecting, so he's been getting some steals in there. He's been a disruptor. He's obviously not the defender he once was, but Rondo is having an impact. But then offensively, look how much easier he's made it for the Lakers, man, on the floor, man. So it's huge.
Hey, Lewis, I was just looking at something here, bro. That's quite shocking to me. James Harden and Russell Westbrook, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then Paul George and Kawhi Leonard, right?
Yeah.
So we know that Kawhi Leonard and Harden, they're the man, right?
Yeah.
How about Paul George and Russell Westbrook's salaries are more than James Harden and Kawhi Leonard? Russell Westbrook makes $300,000 more than James Harden, and Paul George makes $600,000 more than Kawhi Leonard.
Wow.
Strange. Really strange.
And they're this inconsistent. That's crazy.
Yeah. And they sure did pay good money, didn't they?
The number 2s are making more than the number 1s. That's crazy.
Right. Both number 2s making more than number 1s, and both number 1s are playing better.
Yep. But hey, what do we know, man?
That's the business of the NBA. That's why I was like, it don't really matter to me which one of those guys they get rid of. To tell you the truth, since when they get ready to come back, but I think they get rid of Westbrook, because I think with the coaching change, we could make something better of James Harden. But
Yeah, they need to. Well, Westbrook has to be gone. That's one, because you realize you can't win a championship with him, and somebody has to hold James Harden accountable. Russell needs to be on a team and he needs a coach that's going to hold him accountable. So coaching, yeah, they need to get Westbrook because you can't win. You cannot win with him. And it's like he still is not refusing to change. I don't care what people say, man. You're seeing it right now against the Lakers. You're seeing it right now. All right, man. So Russell Westbrook has got Anthony Davis on him. Decides to drive. He slips and he loses the ball. But looks like the Rockets keep the ball. They call a foul
on Davis.
I don't know about that. We'll have to look at the replay.
That didn't look like a foul.
But the Lakers are not in the penalty, so. But still, I didn't see a foul on there.
Yeah, I didn't see a foul. It looked like Westbrook just kind of lost control and slipped. All right, Austin Rivers gets it into Tucker. Back to Austin Rivers. Austin Rivers looked like he's looking to shoot, and he does from the three, and Austin Rivers can't hit. Danny Green comes down with the rebound. Good defense by Westbrook. Danny Green able to get the ball to LeBron. LeBron out on the wing, gets it over to Markieff Morris. Markieff Morris back to LeBron. LeBron got Austin Rivers on him. 10 seconds to shoot. LeBron backing down Austin Rivers. Here comes James Harden on the defense. Passes inside to AD. Rondo with the ball. Wide open lane. PJ Tucker went to double team Markieff Morris. I don't know why he would do that and leave Rondo wide open for a drive to the lane. Rondo, 11 points, 8 rebounds, 6 assists. And Eric Gordon steps out of bounds, so another turnover by the Rockets.
Wow. That was the Ole Matador defense by PJ Tucker. Oh, my God.
Let it right by. And nice pass by Rondo to get it inside to Davis. No double team. Davis turnaround jumper right over the top of James Harden. And, Tucker should have just come on down there for that double team. Here comes Eric Gordon inside to Austin Rivers. Austin Rivers, nice pass to Westbrook, but Westbrook fouled before he puts the ball up.
Oh, wow. That was a tough foul right there by
LeBron. They gave him the continuation, so Westbrook gets the point, and he'll go to the line to try to convert for three. That's no continuation. What the hell is the matter with these refs? If anything, that was a travel. Did you see Westbrook's feet? He shuffled his feet.
Yep. And that foul was before Russell put it up anyway. Even if they called the foul, that should not have been in the act of shooting, man. So I agree with LeBron on that.
Continuation out of that, bro. That's crazy.
Wait, did Russell go into the face of Rajon Rondo, dude? You see what I mean? This is what I'm talking about. All this dude cares about is these little Imano matchups and can't even focus on his team. Instead, you worried about that when your team is down 21 points. See, this is what I'm talking about. And this is why I'm going to continue to say it, guys. This is one of the reasons why Kevin Durant left. Because if you look at the way Russell Westbrook's mindset is on the game, it's showing you right now. And that's why I was very skeptical of him pairing up with James Harden, because it's like I'm seeing the same thing that I'm seeing. Like, even with the improvement on the defense by Harden, even with Westbrook taking a step back in terms of his game, in the regular season. And, I was saying to myself, the way that those guys played against Oklahoma City, it led me to thought that they would at least give the Lakers a challenge, with this new style. But now in this game 4, we're seeing the old school Houston Rockets once again this time. It's just with Russell Westbrook in it. And this just isn't going to win, man, because you've been out-rebounded. You haven't scored a single fast break point. You haven't scored a second chance point yet. This is why it hurts, that fact that they have no bigs. This small ball experiment, man, it only works when you have the right matchup. And they don't have the right matchup against the Lakers, because the Lakers are not allowing themselves to play their style of game. And it's worked wonders for LA. And this is why they're in position to be up 3-1.
Lewis, I know you're going to remember this. Remember when they got rid of Clint Capella? And I said that was the worst thing they could have ever done. Remember that?
Yeah.
That was the worst move they could have ever made, getting rid of Clint Capella.
All right.
Now we have nothing in the hole, nothing.
Yeah, man. G-Money says MPJ called out Mike Malone, and he said that he doesn't get the ball enough. Nuggets have been very disappointing, and Mike Malone may need to get fired. Well, the Michael Porter Jr. thing, I already said it. I said that he's absolutely right in his statement. The only problem with Michael Porter Jr. was he said it to the media. He should have said that to his coach behind closed doors, because you're down 3-1, and then you say something controversial like that, you know, that's gonna be a problem in the locker room. And that's something that he's gonna learn. Obviously, I mean, he is a young player, 22 years old. But when you're down 3-1, that's something that he has to learn. You don't make comments like that. And like I said, it's true, but you should have talked to coach about that, because let's face it, if it wasn't for Michael Porter Jr. and Jeremy Grant, the Nuggets would have been blown out long time ago by the Clippers. So everybody does need to share the ball, and they need to stop that dribble handoff stuff with Jokic and Murray. The Clippers are exploiting that because it's too much of a predictable play. Get MPJ more touches, and also Jeremy Grant. Use the bigs, because when they can use the bigs, they really do give the Clippers problems. But again, that's also coaching. So Mike Malone's got to do a better job of that in Game 5, and you're gonna have to coach like your life depended on it. You got to force at least a Game 6 to make the Clippers kind of sweat for it for another game. The easier for the Clippers, the better it is for them, and it's the same thing with the Lakers, man. The easier for the Lakers, the better it is for them. And so the Rockets have been very disappointing in this Game 4, man. From the outset, no sense of urgency whatsoever right now. None. All right, guys. Russell Westbrook at the free throw line misses the free throw, and LeBron gets the rebound. Like he loves to say, ball don't lie. So it looks like he missed both free throws on that. Yeah, he did. He missed both free throws. All right, so 21-point lead. Here's Anthony Davis. Gives the ball to LeBron James. LeBron dumps it to AD. Nice spin. Oh, wow. And the Rockets yet again fall asleep on defense. 101-78. Take it away, D.
Too easy. Russell Westbrook dribbles down inside, kicks the ball back out to PJ Tucker, almost loses it. Here's James Harden. Danny Green on the defense, gives it up to Gordon for 3, and Gordon splashes. 81-101, 20-point lead. Here comes Caruso. Caruso's going to bring the ball down. Gives the ball to Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis out on the wing. James Harden on the defense, over the top to LeBron. LeBron fouled by Russell Westbrook before the shot. So 8 seconds on the shot clock. Lakers keep the ball.
And D, go ahead, D. Finish what you want to say. Oh, no. I was just going to say that Brandon was mentioning about the Clint Capella and Chris Paul, moves being a mistake. Let's also not forget, they also let Trevor Ariza go, and they let Luke Mahamute go. So you're talking about an IQ player in Chris Paul with the playmaking and decision-making, Clint Capella with the size, and then Ariza and Mahamute in terms of giving you some size on the wings defenders as well. So that really hurts.
Yeah, sure. Here comes James Harden. Gives the ball over to Tucker. Tucker tries to get the short jumper, can't get it. Anthony Davis steps out of bounds with the ball, so Rockets will keep the ball. 14 seconds on the shot clock. Tucker didn't even believe he got that pass. He wasn't ready for that. So ball passed up top to Westbrook. He thinks about the 3. He pulls up for the 3, and he drains it. So they bring this down to a 17-point lead. See what they can do with that. 6 minutes left in this game. Here's Rondo. Russell Westbrook with 22 points. Rajon Rondo has Austin Rivers on him. Kicks it to Kyle Kuzma. Dribbling on PJ Tucker. Over on the top to Anthony Davis. 3 seconds to shoot. Davis, good hands by Gordon. Davis step back jumper. Can't hit. Rebounded by PJ Tucker. Passes it ahead to Austin Rivers. Austin Rivers back over to James Harden. James Harden gets it to Rivers. Rivers inside, and Lakers got burnt on the defense right there. 15-point game. The Rockets try to make some noise. 101-86. Still got a little bit of life, guys. 5 minutes, 29 seconds left in this game. Hey, Lewis, I wanted to say this too. Miami Heat, spot on about those guys. My dark horse team, but another dark horse team, and I called this guy last year before this season even started, was my Denver Nuggets. I said, that's the dark horse team. I think they'll do something. But let's think about this, guys. To start this playoff, they was slack. They didn't have 3 of their 4 best guys. To start the playoffs, Jamal Murray was out. Will Barton was out, and Gary Harris was out. But now, even until this point, they're playing without a Will Barton. And let me tell you guys how significant Will Barton is. First and foremost, he's an underrated two-way player in this league. Very underrated two-way player is Will Barton. And I say two-way player because he'll give you 16 points plus 8 rebounds a game. So he's going to give you offense. He's going to give you points, but he's going to give you that defense. So they're really missing Will Barton, man. And I think that this would definitely be a different series, if Barton was there. So watch out for those Denver Nuggets next year because they got Bobo. They got a lot of guys that they need to develop. Michael Porter Jr., Jeremy Grant. That's a stacked team. A lot of talent.
I think with Denver, they lack a playmaker, though. They need a playmaker, and they need it badly. Michael Porter Jr. continues to develop. I'll be checking the chat in a bit. Oh, wow. And they force a turnover. Here comes James Harden, takes it to the rack, and he draws the foul. Okay, now, if you're the Lakers, this is what you don't want to do. Start to get complacent, let the Rockets force turnovers and let them back in the game, and also let them stop the clock and go to the free throw line because the Rockets have not shot well from three. They have not played well all game long. They've been out-rebounded. They've been out-executed on the break. And they've also lost the second chance points battle because they haven't scored. And yet you're letting them get to the free throw line. So if you're the Lakers, don't get complacent now because that would be the worst thing to happen. That would not be the kind of loss you would want, especially being in complete control of this game. And the Rockets have not led at all. That's another thing to point in mind, guys. So Harden makes a free throw 101-87. Misses that free throw. You got to hit free throws, man, because you need them down the stretch. 14-point game. Anthony Davis with the ball to LeBron James. 5:09 remaining in this fourth quarter. Trying to get it to KCP, and now the Rockets showing some good ball now, which hasn't really been shown all game. So LeBron got the switch. He wanted Austin Rivers on him. Let's see what happens. Goes left. LeBron is better going right than going left. Shoots a turnaround shot, but he misses. Here comes James Harden. So the Lakers are shooting a little bit on the perimeter. James Harden passes it to Westbrook. Westbrook kicks it out to Rivers. Rivers with Kyle Kuzma on him. Fakes the left, goes with the drive, but he overshoots the layup off the glass. Anthony Davis with the rebound. Gives it to Rajon Rondo. Gives it to Kyle Kuzma. Kyle Kuzma tries to lob it to Anthony Davis, but P.J. Tucker commits the foul with 4:35 remaining. 101-17. That's a good point, Brandon. That whole Western Conference, when D was mentioning about the Nuggets, you got the Golden State Warriors, man. When they get healthy, that's another team. Also, the Dallas Mavericks, they will get better next year with their playoff experience. So that's going to be a stacked Western Conference next year.
New Orleans Pelicans, they're going to be tough next season.
Nice move by LeBron right there on the Scottie Pippen scoop layup, and the Lakers go back up by 16. Take it away, D.
All right, James Harden out on the wing. Gets the ball over to Russell Westbrook. Back to James Harden. Working on Anthony Davis. James Harden kicks it outside to Tucker. Tucker with the short jumper inside. Can't hit. LeBron comes down with the rebound. So LeBron holds the ball. Passes it ahead to Rondo. Rondo out on the wing. Rondo gets the ball over the top to LeBron. Austin Rivers on the defense. LeBron is going to step back. 3 seconds to shoot. LeBron loses the ball. Nice defense. 24-second violation. Nice defensive play by the Rockets. So here we go, guys. 16-point lead. Let's see if the Rockets can bring it back down to 13 points. They're showing that OG shot, man. That shot was amazing. He saved Toronto's ass that series.
Yeah, I got to be honest, man. Yeah, I mean, I'll talk a little bit more about that in a second, but James Harden with the ball gives it to Jeff Green. Jeff Green kicks it out to Russell Westbrook. Westbrook trying to get into the paint. He just loses the ball out of bounds. No foul call. Another Houston Rockets turnover. And that's Westbrook's 6th turnover, ladies and gentlemen. That dude cannot take care of the basketball. All right, Anthony Davis. Oh, and Russell steals the pass. He gives the ball to Jeff Green. Jeff Green had Russell Westbrook open, decided to wait. Eric Gordon just shoots an open 3, but he drains it. So it's a 13-point lead. Okay, the Lakers got to be careful over here. So they give it to Anthony. Oh, and Anthony Davis turns it over. Oh, did they call a timeout? Okay,
No,
so
he stepped out. He
oh
stepped out.
no,
He stepped out of bounds. And even though the Lakers have been in control of this game, it's little plays like that that you're going to have to clean up. You don't want to start making these kind of mental errors. That's just a poor play. Now, let's see if the Rockets take advantage of this and they score. The Rockets took too long to wake up. All right, James Harden gets doubled, gives it to Jeff Green, flashes to the middle, good extra pass. Russell in the open corner for three, and he drains it. It's a 10-point game. So we have a timeout. Timeout by Frank Vogel. 3:01 remaining.
Now check it out. Check it out, guys. I ain't psychic. I always say that. But I said the only way the Rockets gets back in this game if the Lakers fall to sleep and start letting them pop those threes. Well, that's 5 turnovers back to back for the Lakers. 3 3-pointers for the Rockets. We're looking at a 10-point game. And that was not the Rockets. That was all the Lakers. So I still say it's over. I still say it's over because Frank Vogel did the exact thing that he should have done. Called the timeout as soon as they get down to 10. Lakers fell asleep right there for a second. I think Frank Vogel, I'm pretty sure he's going to calm them down and be like, hey, what the hell are you guys doing? We got this game in hand. Keep playing the way you've been playing. That pass that Anthony Davis just took out of bounds, that was a sloppy inbound pass. It was no rush. Why did you throw the ball like that on the wing to Anthony Davis? Like, that was a bad pass. So just like Lewis said, little simple mistakes the Lakers are making right here. But I'm pretty sure they're going to clean that up coming off of this commercial break. I can't see the Lakers letting these guys come back from a 17-point lead going into the fourth quarter, not playing the way they've been playing.
All right.
15-2 run by the Rockets, man.
I think it's been a 12-2 run by Houston, which means it was a 1-0. It was a 20-point lead. So Lakers have been up by as many as 21. All right, man. So here come the Lakers, man. LeBron James with the basketball. The Rockets are down 3 possessions, so they got a shot. 3 to 4 possessions, depending on how you look at the score. LeBron gives it to KCP. KCP gives it to Alex Caruso. All while in the another turnover by the Lakers. Here come the Rockets getting aggressive on defense. James Harden takes it to the rack. He gets fouled. Oh, almost gets the and one. Man, that would have been huge. That would have.
Well, look at that lazy pass by Caruso. What are they doing? Did you see that pass?
And Austin Rivers anticipated that he was passing it in the paint. That's why that pass was so lazy.
So lazy and slow, bro. Look, like, no, what are they doing?
And shout out to Chum in the comments section, man. My mistake, making good points. I didn't mean to cut you off. So shout out to Chum. He's making some good points in the chat. Salute to you. So Harden makes a free throw, 103-94. But yeah, D's absolutely right. Like, what is Caruso doing on that pass? Look at that. Harden has played terrible, but he's gotten 15 free throws. He's got 10 assists and 17 points. And the Rockets are within 8, folks, with still plenty of time. It's a 3-possession game. Take it away, D.
LeBron James with the ball out on the wing. LeBron James stops, pulls a long 3-pointer. Bad shot by LeBron James. Rajon Rondo with the rebound. Huge rebound for Rajon Rondo and these Lakers. LeBron, another chance at it. And nice defense by Eric Gordon to knock that ball away. 5 seconds to shoot for the LA Lakers. Stupid shot by LeBron James. Like, the Lakers, it's almost like the Lakers are falling apart. Why would you take a 24-foot jump shot and you got the lead? You idiot. So LeBron James, 5 seconds to shoot, puts up another 3, and LeBron can't hit the 3. Anthony Davis looks like he got hit in the head, but no call. And then Rondo gets the foul called on the Rockets, and the Rockets are in the bonus, guys. So potentially a 19-2 run with 6 minutes left in the freaking game. The Lakers, man, unbelievable. The Rockets did not win this game. If they win this game, the Lakers completely gave it away. They handed it to them. Here. Y'all take this game.
And D's absolutely right, because the Lakers were in full control. Remember, guys, the Rockets have not led in this game at all. At all. So even if the Lakers go up 3-1 as Harden misses another free throw, that's his 3rd miss. That's his 4th miss, actually.
See, that's why they need to get rid of him, bro. And I'm talking about Dwight Howard. And this, look where the Lakers are in this. He's over on the sideline playing.
Yeah.
An idiot, man. All right, guys, here comes Caruso. See if they can clean this up. Caruso gets the ball over to Rondo. 11 seconds. Rondo being a little smart with the ball. Here comes Davis. Mismatch over Gordon. Davis over Gordon. And Davis puts it in. That's what you got to do, Anthony Davis. 105-96. Big shot for Anthony Davis. Here comes James Harden. Has Caruso on the defense. Harden feeling it. Harden passes it over to Westbrook for three. Westbrook can't hit. LeBron James comes down with the rebound. James Harden should have took that shot, man.
Yep.
All right.
He didn't want it.
He didn't want it. Here's LeBron James, top of the key. LeBron fakes the three-pointer, spins down inside, gets the ball stripped away by Westbrook, ahead to Austin Rivers, and Austin Rivers regroups the ball and puts it in. 98. 105, and the Lakers almost lost the ball there with a lazy inbound pass. But they lucked out there. Nice pass to Caruso, but Caruso didn't take it in, and I think that's smart by Caruso, pulling it back out, pulling some time off that clock. Anthony Davis on Jeff Green. He gets the move on Jeff Green. No foul call. Oh, man. That's
Another
just too much.
they just called a foul on AD. But, yo, he got fouled the last two trips and didn't even call it.
And he just got fouled going in there. Terrible by the referees, but nice play by Austin Rivers to recover that ball and still put it up. And like I said, McLemore and Austin Rivers has been feeling it. And D'Antoni listened to me. He left Austin Rivers in the game, which is a good thing. So James Harden brings this game down to 6 points, guys. 6 points. A 2-possession game with 58.7 seconds left on the clock. And check this out. Rockets in the bonus.
Another thing is the Rockets almost have 40 free throw attempts, and they've missed 9 free throws. That means that this game would be closer if they actually knock down the free throws because they've been pretty much awful. But the fourth quarter, they've outscored the Lakers 30-19. All right, man, so we got a 2-possession game. All right, if the Rockets could get a stop and score, man, they got themselves a shot. All right, here's LeBron. He's got James Harden, gets the switch that he wants. He's got Austin Rivers on him. LeBron, what's he going to do? Starts to dribble, tries to go right, gets in the post is up, pass to Caruso, open for three, and there's the dagger, folks. Big time three with 34.6 seconds. There it is. Timeout, Houston Rockets, 108-100, 34.6 seconds right there, and the Lakers take a 8-point lead. So even though the Lakers win this game, and you again give them credit for winning this game, you got to be concerned a little bit just for the fact that you can't. The next round against the Los Angeles Clippers, you cannot afford to play like this because the Clippers are the best team that the Lakers would have faced in this Western Conference bubble. So you don't want to play like that. I don't know what Westbrook is complaining about.
So it's a double technical foul. Doesn't really matter. 34 seconds left. 3-possession game. Looking grim for the Houston Rockets. Great shot by Caruso. LeBron James, let me tell you something, guys. With teams about to foul, I'm not letting LeBron James bring the ball down. Either Caruso or Rajon Rondo, because they shoot way better free throws than LeBron. I understand he's the star and this bonehead wants to have the ball in his hand. But for this last possession, they should keep the ball out of LeBron James' hand because he's not a Kobe Bryant. He's not a Jordan. He's horrible at the free throw line.
I don't know what Westbrook is complaining about. The Rockets have gone to the line damn near 40 times. The Lakers don't even have 20 free throw attempts, and y'all still down by 8 points. Anyway,
defense.
Eric Gordon gets to the ball. Alex Caruso, man, saved the game right there. Rajon Rondo and wow, and LeBron was still able to dunk it 110-100. This game is a wrap, folks. It is done. It is done. That's it.
That was a dangerous pass by Rondo. Great athleticism by LeBron. He barely got that in.
That was a heads-up play by LeBron. I think that's what Rondo was planning the whole time, though, but it was dangerous, like you said, D, because if LeBron doesn't get a good handle on it, the Rockets could come back this end. Westbrook in the corner for three. He can't hit. LeBron gets fouled in the back by Austin Rivers, and that'll do it, folks. 9.2 seconds remaining. The Lakers will win this game, and they will take a 3-1 lead on the Houston Rockets. It looked a little bit dicey. Lakers made it a little bit interesting, but again, big three by Caruso, and then that stripping Eric Gordon going to the paint, and then LeBron getting that dunk. And that's it, folks. Daniel House not being here, it did hurt, but that's just tough. It's true. I don't know what Westbrook is complaining about to the referees and stuff like that. That he really didn't. Even if Westbrook was efficient, he really didn't play as well as you would think. There was no the Rockets got out rebounded, and Westbrook didn't really rebound the basketball, so there was really no impact. And the Rockets waited too late to play with urgency. So, I mean, the Rockets pretty much did it to themselves, being down 3-1. So this series is over in 5 games. The Lakers win 110-100. They win by 10. Anthony Davis did his thing. LeBron James didn't even crack. I don't think he even cracked 20 points. Well, LeBron didn't even have to expend all that energy because LeBron is usually in the 30s. But this is dangerous if you get a LeBron James that only had to give you 16 points and 15 rebounds. He did have 9 assists, almost a triple-double, but I could care less about that. The fact that LeBron only played 34 minutes, guys. Anthony Davis played 6 more minutes than he did. So that's actually a good sign for the Lakers that LeBron didn't even have to play 38, 39, 40 minutes, as they say in year 17. Anthony Davis was the man. He had, 30 points?
29, 5,
29,
and
29, 25. And yeah. I'm pretty sure he had a couple of blocks in there and a couple of steals, too, filling out the stat sheet.
But, the Lakers had 6 guys in double digits, and Markieff Morris almost got there, too, with 9.
So that would have been 7. And again, credit Alex Caruso with his 16 points. I mean, it just shows you, man. He hit that big 3 to put him up 8, and then with that big strip to help Rondo push the break. And guys, the Lakers had 21 fast break points, like I mentioned. That was a key right there, man. Gave them right there, and then the Rockets had none all game.
And shout out to I'm sorry. I just wanted to say shout out to Rajon Rondo as well, because he almost scored a triple-double. He played really well this game. Only 29 minutes and almost get a triple-double out of that. That's big numbers for Rondo.
Jay says that Harden sort of checked out of this game. I felt like he checked out from the beginning, though, because once he got that 3rd foul, you could really tell that he wasn't in it. And if you look at the way Harden played, he didn't look engaged. So I wouldn't even say somewhat. I thought Harden was checked out from once he got his 3rd foul by the early second quarter, he was pretty much done. The Rockets are pretty much finished. To me, this ends in 5. The Lakers, I think they'll get them, unless if they have a letdown and they force themselves to play another game. This is done in 5 games. This is done in 5.
And the Lakers now, I want to say this about the Lakers. They're going to have to figure out how to close out better, because I don't care what inefficiencies I see with the LA Clippers. If the Lakers do this type of stuff against the LA Clippers and that defense, they're going to get whipped at the end of every single game. They allowed the Rockets to take this second half 59 points to 53 points. So the Rockets actually won the second half. You can't do that against a LA Clippers team, because their defense will win games. And you have to be able to close out games. All of that sloppy play, these weak passes at the end of the game, you can't close out. To be perfectly honest, if you can't close out, I don't see you beating the Clippers or an East Coast team that may make it there. You're not closing out against the Miami Heat. You're not winning. You're not closing out against the Boston Celtics. You're not winning.
That's absolute facts, man, what D just said, because it's amazing to me that the Houston Rockets, knowing that they had to be in a must-win, and we were all saying it, me, D, people in the chat were saying that they're going to tie the series, but they played like they didn't want this game, and they waited way too late to try to get themselves involved. But like D said, the Lakers have to figure out how to close out games, because even if they get the win and are up 3-1, the fact that they got this sloppy down the stretch, and I think the reason part of it had to do with the fact that they could sense the Rockets were frustrated and didn't want it. So they kind of relaxed, but you cannot make those simple turnovers like they did in that 4th quarter. because that would have looked bad had they been in a struggle just to try to win a game 4 that they were in complete control of. Like, you got to keep the foot on the necks on that one. So there was no need for the Lakers to try to make themselves into a game, because they let the Rockets make it kind of interesting where they really shouldn't have, pretty much win. Or I give them the belief that they could win. So that's on the Houston Rockets. So people who are saying that, that the refs, you can't, because the Rockets shot nearly 20 more free throws than the Lakers, and that was to expend for their poor shooting throughout the game. They got out rebounded. They didn't score a single fast break point, and they allowed 19 second chance points to the Lakers. So the only thing that kept the Rockets in the game was the free throw line and the Lakers, bad play in the fourth. But other than that, the Lakers pretty much outplayed them pretty much throughout 3 quarters.
And check this out. What I was saying about that closeout game. So 15-9, guys. Peep this out. 15-9 turnovers going into that fourth quarter, right? You know what it ended up? 16-16. That means the Rockets only got 1 in that fourth, and the Lakers packed on 7 freaking turnovers. You're not closing out games, getting 7 turnovers at the end of the game like that. That's ridiculous. I just looked at that stat and I was like, damn, it was 15-9 going in the third quarter. It ended up 16-16. So the Lakers caught up with them in turnovers in the fourth quarter. I mean, we seen AD step out, Caruso throw a sloppy pass, Rondo throw a crazy pass out of bounds. I mean, you can't get sloppy. Like, you got to keep that intensity up. That's how you close out games. That's how the Clippers close out games. You keep the intensity up all the way to the end. That's how you have to do in the playoffs, man.
And I know Jay is going to agree with me on this one. I got to get on G Money on this, because here's why. G Money was absolutely right that the Lakers were going to beat the Rockets, and I predicted that too, because like I said, that was just a bad matchup for the Rockets, and I said that the small ball was not going to be a factor as long as the Lakers forced the Rockets to play their style. But remember, I said that how Milwaukee was going to play in the playoffs, and I said that they might have had a chance of the finals, but I said against the right team they were going to lose. Miami disposed of them in 5 games, and I said why. So the Bucks aren't going to the finals, so that's done. Then we got the Houston Rockets, who G Money said they were going to skyrocket to the Western Conference Finals. I said even if they had played the Clippers, I still say the Clippers beat them, because like the Lakers, they got the defense to be able to deal with the likes of the Houston Rockets with their whole small ball. Maybe it would have given the Clippers a little bit of problems, because Denver is a tough matchup for the Clippers, and look how they're beating them right now. So I just think that the same similar style that the Houston Rockets were coming with was not going to be a factor. And I said the way that they played against Oklahoma City, they should have tried to show that and to see if they could play with that. They only did it for 1 game, because look what's happened in the last 3 games. They've kind of resorted back to the old Houston Rockets, and now they're about to be dispatched in 5 games. So that's why I said it. I'm telling you. And the thing is, all you have to do, and Jay said it in the chat, when you go small, you put Anthony Davis at center, because they don't have bigs, so they can't match up with Anthony Davis. And Anthony Davis, because he could even stretch the floor. He doesn't need to do that, but he can stretch the floor if you need him to. But he didn't need to do it, because all he had to do was just dominate inside, because the Rockets don't have an answer for that. So there you go. No Houston Rockets can dominate.
I think it's a LA Clippers, Boston Celtics championship.
Oh, in the finals?
Yeah, I think well, I'm a whole reservation for the. I think the Celtics. Here's the thing: like, I did pick the Miami Heat as the dark horse team, but seems like every game Celtics are like turning it on more and more. Jason Tatum starting to feel it. Kemba Walker done stepped up. One big thing is that Gordon Hayward situation, but I don't know, man. I think the Celtics got a good chance of, those tall guards, the Jason Tatum, the Jaylen Brown, their size, they're giving a lot of teams problem. And Daniel Tyson's been playing freaking out of this world. Brad Wanamaker has been playing like crazy, right? it's going to be a tough series for Miami, man. And I kind of do hope. I don't really have, like I say, no horse in this race, but I'm kind of pulling for Miami. But I think that's going to be a tough series. We'll be able to see after that first game. Uh, if Miami can win or stay within like 3 or 4 points, it may be, a 7-game series. But I think the Boston Celtics honestly look like a little bit of a stronger team than the Miami Heat. Miami Heat's defense look better, but we're watching what the Celtics can do against a very efficient defensive team. And let's not get it twisted. The Toronto Raptors were ranked 4th, whereas the Miami Heat were ranked 10th in overall defense. The Toronto Raptors were keeping their opponents to an average of 104 points, where the Miami Heat were giving up 109.5. So Toronto Raptors are the better defending team. And when you see how the Celtics are responding to them, it's going to be a tough series for that Miami Heat. The Lakers, I'm not convinced. I hadn't been convinced since the beginning, and I think that they're moving into their groove. But just the way they're having problems closing out these games, I think they're going to get murdered in 6 games or less by the Clippers not being able to close out games. So I'm looking at maybe a Clippers versus Celtics finals.
Okay. I gotta say this. What would you call it? What was I thinking about? I was just thinking about something.
I think I might bet
that. Brandon was saying, I think about the Clippers' problems with both Dallas and Denver was that they didn't take them seriously, like that Dallas Clippers game. I think they've taken the Nuggets a little more seriously. The Mavericks, I think they kind of took a little bit lightly. That game 4 shouldn't have gone overtime because the Clippers, they did have a big lead in that game and they kind of blew it. You got to give Luka Doncic credit though. He did ball out, and like I said, he reminds me a lot of Rod Strickland for the fact that they're not fast, but they know how to get to their spot and they're very crafty and they just find a way to score. Especially if you don't put the clamps on them defensively, especially when they go 1-on-1. Again, and Luka uses his skill set to his advantage. So.
I love the name drop right there. Rod Strickland, in my opinion, one of the most underrated NBA players in history, bro. Rod Strickland. People don't give him the respect he deserved. Rod Strickland was a beast, man.
Yeah, and like you said, always find a way to get to his spot, man. Not the fastest guy, but just underrated being able to get to his spot. Doesn't get enough credit for that. So yeah, man. With the Lakers, they obviously got to clean that stuff up. If you look at that Western Conference Finals with the Clippers and the Lakers potentially beating up now, that's what I meant to say. There we go. I was thinking about something with the Raptors and the Heat. Now I just remembered. What D was mentioning about the Raptors being the slightly better defensive team over Miami, and both teams are top 10 defensive teams. Put this into perspective. If we were playing in the slower pace era, these two teams would have some of the all-time best defenses, like depending, especially if it was considered this season, which is those guys, if you look at points per game, they would be allowing in the 90s. It wouldn't even be in the hundreds, because you also have to remember this era, because of the era of the 3-ball, all the teams in the league score 100 points. Now, you put into context how bad the offenses are, especially with coaching, lineups, style of play. But if Toronto and Milwaukee and Miami, if they defensively were playing in like the 2000s, and you look at their defensive numbers, and if you want to look at metrics, they're two of the best defenses in this league right now. But their numbers would look even better if they were playing in the slower pace eras. If we're talking about the late 90s, the early 2000s. Salute to my man. D's cousin, man, was buzzing cousin. My man Jay Jeff in the building. What's good with you, bro?
Hey, Jefferson was buzzing cousin.
That's right. I got you, Jay, on that future video on the Detroit Pistons. The reason I was gonna do that video is we know what type of reputation Detroit gets, but I was mentioning this last night when I was doing the stream with Jay. A lot of things that a lot of these NBA teams are doing today,
Detroit gets a bad rap for their physical style of play and that whole bad boys mantra. But a lot of the things that they did in the late 80s and in the early 90s is what's a lot of these NBA teams are doing today. So they don't get enough credit. So I'm going to dive into that video, in the near future. So, and I know Jay's going to get excited about that, man.
Well, I agree with you 100% on that, Lewis, because if you remember the other night when we were doing the game, I said if you could get a team that could develop a good low post play, like between their guard and their power forward, they would be a problem with the league because that's something that's absent in today's game. You know, if you got a team in today's game that shifted where you can have two good low post players, right, where you could depend on them in the low post, and Embiid is one of these guys. They would cause a lot of problems for a lot of teams in the league. Because It's almost like a lost art in today's game. And because it's a lost art, guess what else is lost? Defending that shit.
Yeah, because if you look at the Pistons, they actually play some small lineups, and they had some small ball, and then also they also would do 3-guard lineups, which is what you see now in today's game. When you had Isaiah Thomas, Joe Dumars, and Vinnie Johnson, when he would come in, like it doesn't get enough respect. So, and also they had the stretch 5 in Bill Laimbeer. So he could stretch out and shoot the threes. He was never a dominant post player. So he would stretch out and shoot the three, which is something that doesn't get talked about. We already know about Jack Sigma, obviously another one of those, centers that stretch the floor. But I'm just talking about in terms of style of play. This is why Isaiah Thomas, he thanks Steph Curry and Klay Thompson and the Golden State Warriors, because if you look at the way the Warriors play, that's why I said they kind of resemble the Bad Boy Pistons.
Bad Boys, yeah, they did.
In terms of the offensive style of play, not really the bruising defense that they played back in the day, 2 different eras, but just they're similar just because of the fact that they can dominate with their backcourt, which is what Isaiah Thomas and Joe Dumars did.
Joe Dumars, yes, sir.
So they dominated the backcourt. And then also, man, the Warriors were able to go small. They were able to play small lineups, and Detroit doesn't get enough credit for that. So that's why I want to do that future video on that. Go ahead. What were you gonna say?
Imagine the 1990 Cleveland Cavaliers, Mark Price and Brad Daugherty in them. Remember those guys?
Oh, Mark Price.
Brad Daugherty and those guys. That team, that exact team, and I mean it, guys, that exact team would be a problem for this league today, because Brad Daugherty could play down in the post, but he'd slide that thing out and bang that three on you too. And the way Mark Price, his vision on that court, the way he could see that court, he was a shooting point guard too. They would terrorize this league today.
Oh man, no, it's true. Like I said, Mark Price, his style is fit for today's game. Brad Daugherty
terrorizing.
Brad Daugherty too. Larry Nance, who was on that team.
Yeah,
Larry Nance.
They would terrorize the league. I'm not saying they would win everything, but I'm gonna tell you right now, they'll be up there a problem every season. Every season. The old it was the Supersonics, Detlef Schrempf and Kempton, those guys. Remember?
Oh, depends on.
They would terrorize the league today because Detlef Schrempf, good down in the post, but you pull that thing back and bang it on you, right? Yeah, man.
Oh, yeah, man. No, I said that there's several teams that could play today. I look at the 93 Suns. I look at the 96 Sonics. People are really sleeping on them again. The 3-ball was not emphasized back then. There were just very few players who were taking threes like per game. It wasn't like team to team, like, so it was different. But I can name you. There's a lot of teams and players that will love to play in today's game. They will love it. You look at a guy like Larry Bird, who played in a fast-paced 80s style. You don't think he would love to play today if you couldn't touch him? He played a much more physical, bruising brand of basketball in his prime. You put Larry Bird, and Larry Bird has said it many times, and that's why he respects a lot of today's players. He said, man, I would have loved to play with the fact that you couldn't touch me and I just get to score however I wanted. This is a guy who was putting up 27, 28 points per game in his prime against physical players in the 80s. Could you imagine what he does today? Even if he's not as fast, man, the IQ takes him a long way. He could fit
He
in
would
any
have a
area.
longer career today because his back wouldn't have been beaten down the way it was back then. So he would have a longer career in today's game. They used to punish each other back. Let me tell you guys something. Back in the 80s and the 90s, basketball wasn't too far off of football back then, the damn contact they used to take. They used to I hear idiots all day long say, oh, well, LeBron James could play in Jordan era, but Jordan would have problems in this era. Bullshit. If you couldn't hand check Jordan, pound Jordan, do you know what type of offensive terror that dude would be in this goddamn game today? And Jordan could shoot the three. He just decided not to shoot the three. Remember when Mel Turpin was when he dumped over Mel Turpin in that game. And he was like, is he big enough? And then the next game after he dunked on Mel Turpin, I can't remember who was hounding Jordan about the 3-point shot. So the motherfucker went 8 for 9 from the 3-point line. It was like, you know what I mean? I can shoot it if I want to. So imagine Michael Jordan where you can't hand check him, where you can't hit him with a slight elbow coming in the lane and he not to get the call for it. But these pity pat fouls they got today, look how Jordan used to pull fouls back then. And we wouldn't hear about no James Harden. Jordan would be getting 40 fouls a game in today's game, man.
Listen, man, I'm going to tell y'all right now, man. Jay makes an interesting point. He says if you take out John Stockton and you put in Mark Price on that Utah Jazz team, on those late 90 Utah Jazz team, I guarantee you, as Charles Barkley says, I guarantee that the Jazz would have at least one championship. And I would possibly agree with that. Reason being is because unlike John Stockton, Mark Price would score the basketball because John Stockton was too much about the assists and passing. And I said to myself when he scored, I think it was 24 points in that game 1 in 98 when the Jazz were the favorite to win the championship because the Bulls they looked tired. They looked beat. They just went through a grueling 7-game series with the Pacers. I said, as long as John Stockton gives them he gives them 20 plus points, 17 to 20 points, I said they got a chance because Jeff Hornacek has struggled all series. Stockton only played one good game that entire series, and Karl Malone got going late in the series because he struggled mightily early in that series. He got going late, but that's a good point, man, because Mark Price, with the way he goes up and down and with his ability to shoot the rock, this guy had a 50-40-90 season.
Yeah, I agree with that, man. I can't even argue with that. I agree with that one.
Also, Mark Price could push the ball up the floor. So the fast break they would get easy points in transition. So that'd be great. And the thing is, you have another option. Mark Price could pull up and shoot the three. He could pull up and shoot the mid-range. He could still even get Karl Malone an easy basket cut into the rim. So their fast break, they would have had different ways to score on the break. So I'm sorry. I really think Mark Price really would have gave them a different dimension on that Utah Jazz team. So that's a good point.
So
all right, go ahead, D.
Let me ask you this. You get a trade, right? If you do, well, not a trade. I don't know what you do with him, but Jackson Hayes for the New Orleans Pelicans. Exciting young center for those guys, right? Then you got Nicola Melli, which is decent, and Derek Favors, right? Well, you think about this. You get rid of one or two of those centers, right? You bring Giannis onto because they still got Jahlil Okafor, so probably get rid of his slow ass. But you bring Giannis over there to the New Orleans Pelicans, fam. What do you think?
All right, so get rid of Jackson Hayes.
No, keep Jackson Hayes. Keep Jackson Hayes and Derek Favors. Get rid of Nicola Melli and Jahlil Okafor because you don't need all of that. You know what I mean? You don't need all of that down there. Especially when you got Giannis that could play 4 or 5, but you got 2 5, so he wouldn't have to play that. So you get rid of Melli and Jahlil Okafor, and you bring Giannis in there. Their salary cap, they got room.
Yeah. The funny thing is, though, then it's going to be interesting because if they somehow get rid of Melli and let's say Giannis is on that team, to me, they also got to get rid of Lonzo.
now you have Brandon Ingram and Zion Williamson. It's kind of like, what do you do with that now? Also, it's going to depend on who's coaching this team as well, because they got some nice pieces. Giannis does help on the defensive end. Brandon Ingram has got to prove in being a better off-ball player and also a better defender. Zion has to continue to, because right now he's a raw offensive player. He shows impact on the defense, but again, it's his weight is what my concern is, because of how much he got injured in the bubble, not even a game or 2 games in. So weight is still an issue for him. And the thing with Giannis is he does have a reliable number 2 option in Brandon Ingram, but this like Brandon Ingram, I think, wants to be the number 1 option. So they would have to figure that stuff out.
That fool ain't never going to be the number 1 option with Zion Williamson on that team. So he can keep on wanting all he wants. But I tell you right now, bro, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if he's going to be the number 1 option. Zion is just going to get better and better and better, bro. That kid's amazing.
Absolutely. Yeah, man. You guys are making some good points in the comments. It's true. What the Pistons taught Jordan was they more so not only physical but mental. That was the key with Jordan and getting over the hump over Detroit. Trusting his teammates, the development of Scottie Pippen, those guys hitting the weight room to not only deal with the physicality, but then mentally not trying to get frustrated and playing Detroit style of play, make them play your style. The Bulls became a very dominant defense in that 91 season. They played together as a team, and Detroit tried to make them individuals, but by 91, Detroit, they were kind of banged up. I will say that. But the funny thing is, though, that 91 team actually allowed less points than the previous year. It's just that Isaiah Thomas, to me, he didn't look the same after he injured his wrist. And the Bulls were just a better team that year overall on both ends of the floor. So Detroit always tried. They were a better offensive team, but it was just they always tried to get to you mentally. So, but at that point, though, it was the Bulls' time at that point.
Yeah. Holy hell, dog. I'm just looking at the free agency next year, right? Tristan Thompson, Kelly Olynyk. Let me make sure that's right. Christian Thompson, Kelly Olynyk, and Myers Leonard are unrestricted free agents. Those are actually centers that, because I think that the New Orleans Pelicans need another middle piece there, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I think they need another middle piece there. Those are some good names, bro, to be an unrestricted free agent. They should really look at, or maybe I wouldn't see like, we know we got some good draft players coming, right? But that team's young enough. So you need to get like maybe a solid, 4 or 5 year center on there that's already adjusted to the league. I don't think you want to pick up another young player. Your team's already young enough and need to get some experience on there. But they need a centerpiece. But if they get them a solid centerpiece, and I'm not too worried about Zion Williamson because he did a phenomenal job just from the season prior to the bubble coming back. I mean, he's down to like 258 or something like that. So I think on this offseason, he's going to be with the nutritionist. I was watching the interview with him. He's eating differently now. And then drugs, guys. I mean, let's keep it honest. 90% of all athletes taking something. And give them some fucking clenbuterol or something and work that stuff down. You know what I mean? I'm just interested, bro. I don't know. Zion Williamson, what do you think? What size you think is good for him? About 225?
I say Zion could be 230. I think 230 would be a good way for him. 230. I just
he's
think
going to be strong regardless. So I think you're right. 225, 230, good.
I think 230. I think 285 is just too much for him. If he listen, there's a case that even if he was at 250, just a lean 250, I mean, he'd be good with that as well. So 30 pounds, I think that's fine, honestly. If he's in that 250 range, so maybe 240 to 250, he's good.
Just imagine the size of this kid. What is he? How old is he? Like 6'8", 6'9"?
6'8".
6'8". So 6'8". When he came into the league, y'all just think about this. Think about this. When the kid came into the league, he was 6'8", 285 pounds, right? Anthony Joshua is 6'4", 252. Anthony Joshua. That means Zion Williams towered over this dude, fam. It's crazy. This kid is humongous, fam.
Oh, yeah.
Crazy. He's humongous. Tyson Fury, 6'9", 270. He was bigger than Fury. That's the biggest heavyweight. He was bigger than the biggest heavyweight boxer and, like, bigger in all ways because Fury had a lot of slush and crumpet in the midsection.
And he still kind of do, man.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, man. All right, guys, man. Gonna call it a night, man. Salute to everybody that showed up and showed out. Apologize for all those technical difficulties. Probably would have had more people in, but I also know that football season has just started, so people are tuning into the Chiefs and the Texans tomorrow, man. D, what you think, man? Game 7, baby. Celtics Raptors, man. I think it's gonna be a great one.
We gotta do it. We gotta
do that. We gotta do that one, man. So Celtics Raptors Game 7, man. Stay tuned for that. With basketball with Lewis and D, man, at 9 p.m. So it's a Friday, so that's the best part about it. Goes right into the weekend. So, guys, great stream. Salute to everybody from the Lewis Sports Network to D, the Godfather Jefferson, as my man Ryan always says, man. We stream together, we chat together, family for life. D, let them know your motto.
For the love of sports, let's talk about it.
And from the Lewis Sports Network, man, I'm telling you once again, man, bless up. Live, laugh, love. Thank you guys for being here. Truly appreciate you guys. And as the Lewis Sports Network always says, have a wonderful night. We'll see y'all tomorrow. Celtics Raptors Game 7, and we are gone.
Head in the lead. That's skied out to center field. Towering shot. A.J. Pollock going back. That is gone. Big fly for Mike Trout. 2-0 Angels here in the first. Going back to getting a mistake. Breaking ball. Got it. Trout.
Manning's going to run. He cuts back at the one time for the goal line. Touchdown, Eli Manning.
On 2nd and 4. Manning takes off. He's inside the 5 to the end zone. Dive. Touchdown.
Away 1-on-2 behind the back. Splits through. Oh, what a pass to Anderson.
Hardaway, oh, beautiful dish. Grant with the jam.
The elevation now. Michael's had 2 shots blocked tonight. Penny Hardaway goes up, makes the move. He